Ivanov comes up now, gets the kick. Ivanov comes up now, gets the kick towards that half-forward line, and big marks wanted, and the mark was taken by Rob Anderson. Now, Rob kicks it in towards the centre of the ground. That's Anderson. And taking the mark is Tony Haynen. Haynen now gets his kick in. High in the air to the centre half-forward zone. And Rasmussen from behind. There's a player to come in and take the mark. He's a good mark on his day, Rasmussen. All right, well, at this stage, let's take you over to Don Hyde as we have Rasmussen about to kick for goal.
Okay, Phil, there's a kick by Rasmussen, a big kick by him, a long kick, pretty good too. Against the breeze, I think he's put it through. Yes, a great goal to Ivan Rasmussen, and Port Melbourne against the wind. Away to a flying start in the second quarter, 5-7, 37 to Prahran, 6-1, 37, and the score's a level. A good goal, Ted.
A very good goal indeed, and it just shows that they can score against the wind as well as they can score with it, Don. It's just a matter of how you apply yourself. But once again, we get back to this centre bounce, getting away from the centre, and I noticed the first bounce in this second quarter, obviously, he'd had instructions, Hayden, because he was leaping very high.
Well, there's the bounce again. This time the ball favours Little Austin, and he knocks the ball down to the Prahran half-forward line, but it's taken in defence by Buster Harlan. He gets it across to Ivanov, who's playing well. He gets it across in turn to Kevin Goss. Goss to Rasmussen again. Rasmussen to an open goal, but he's offline as he rather hooks the ball, and it's out of bounds, or rather slices it rather than hooks it. There's big Vic Emerson there, the Port Melbourne ruckman, not in the side today, obviously, otherwise he wouldn't be out there with his jumper on, and he wasn't able to take his place on the selected side, the calf injury. What a giant of a man. They're missing him out there today because Pepe's doing pretty well on the ruck, and there's a good mark for Rasmussen, who's flashing into the game now as a very key part of the Port Melbourne attacking zone. 5 kicks and 5 marks, and there's a pretty good kick into the full forward zone. Knocked away by Kerry Foley. Picked up here by Jimmy Christo. Christo slams it into an open goal. It's his second goal. The crowd are happy about that, and Port Melbourne got...
Here's the king of the road, Toyota Corona, one of Australia's most popular cars. How popular? Well, look around. Over 160,000 have been sold. They're everywhere. Old Coronas, new Coronas. The way it's built to last and the outstanding resale value have made the Corona so popular, it's really the king of the road. Generous deals and king-size trade-ins at your Toyota dealer.
Your trade-in's worth big money at J&R Anderson Motors, Glen Waverley. See us now.
We're 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes into the second quarter, and it's Port Melbourne 6-8-44, leading Prahran 6-1-37. And Port Melbourne now in the second quarter starting to apply a lot more pressure. Knocked down there by Hayden, picked up by Kevin Goss. Goss, a beautiful kick to the full forward zone. Cook is there, but a good mark taken by Anderson. What a grand defender this fellow is, and he's playing a good game today. That's his 6th kick. He kicks it downfield, but straight to Peter Ivanov. No one making position for Prahran as the ball was kicked down by Rob Anderson. Ivanov now plays the ball wide towards Ian Owen. Owen a bit slower moving into it, and Anderson in there again. Owen cleverly taps the ball back, but it comes straight towards the Prahran player, Gary Chapman. Chapman gets his kick, and a big kick it is too. Down towards the centre wing, but it's all Port Melbourne. Up with George Allen, but I thought he should have almost made the mark there in front of the AIU insurance sign, and Allen comes in again, and also Kevin Goss, and the umpire indicating around the neck, and the free kick will go to Kevin Goss. Kick by Goss is wide to the flank, taken here by Jimmy Christo. Christo now putting Port into attack. Beautiful kick in towards Fred Cook over his head. There could be a free kick downfield. No, it's against Fred Cook. No, it's a goal by Jim Christo. I think had it not been a goal, Ted, the umpire would have given another kick.
Well, that's right. He blew his whistle on, running down the field, and looked like it was going to be a kick down the field, but it went through, and that was it.
Well, there's the slow-mo replay. We can't see, of course, behind the play, nor could anyone for that matter. But nevertheless, it went through for a goal, and had it not gone through, the decision probably would have been a free kick downfield to Fred Cook. Okay, the ball back in play again. I'm very impressed the way Port Melbourne are opening up in this corner. They're moving the ball very well. It's on their half-forward line again. Jimmy Christo, who's in everything, is over the top of the ball, and so are other players. And the umpire, Bill Hedger, will bounce it up. 50 to 37. A 13-point advantage to the Port Melbourne side. Pepe and Hayman up. The ball comes to Christo. Christo kicks the ball wide. Peter Bedford a bit slow and moving into it. Kicked off the ground by Chapman. Out towards Rob Anderson again, a grand defender. He picks it up now. This is his 7th kick. Kicks it down towards the half-forward line, putting Prahran into attack. There are no forwards in home for Prahran. Stibbard tries to keep the ball in play, but as you can see, it's out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up. Quite a big crowd building up here, both big and small. The preliminary final of VFA First Division, Prahran playing Port Melbourne, exclusively on Channel 8. The ball back in play again, and an infringement here, and the free kick will go to Prophet. Bob Prophet on the half-back flank position, got his hands full today. Looking after Kekovich, who's playing very well. A good kick against the wind by Prophet. Up they go, not able to pull the mark in. That was Rasmussen. The ball back near the centre, and a hand pass out of the pack, and a free kick will go to Prahran. Chapman. It'll be taken here by Chapman. Chapman between the centre half-back position and the centre of the ground. Kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Up high as Preen. Not able to pull the mark in. And Prahran falling down a little bit on attack at the moment. Port Melbourne desperately and grimly defending. Stibbard handballs it away. A lot of players on the ball. Picked up here by Stephen Ray. On his right foot now, back onto his left foot. Kicks it into the full forward zone. Up is Kim Smith. And up is Ivanov. Ivanov takes the ball. The umpire says, play on. Obviously, it wasn't a clean mark. Now to Stibbard here. On his hands and knees. Over the top of the ball. The ball taken away from him by Taylor. Taylor gets pushed out of the road, and Taylor will get the free kick. Taylor on the half-forward flank, and there's the Port Melbourne bench. And Taylor, an opportunity from out on that half-forward flank to put the ball deep into attack, into the full forward zone. Kekovich was up again. The ball knocked away from him, and it's through for 1 point. And Prahran 6-2-38. 2 goals behind Port Melbourne 7-8-50, and Barry Beecroft went down pretty heavily there, and seemed to twist his knee or some part of his leg, and we'll keep an eye on him. He's getting back very gingerly onto his feet. We're 8 minutes into the second quarter, and here's Philip Gibbs.
Okay, Don, that goes out towards the half-back line, and the big mark taken by Tony Haynen. Now Haynen gets the kick in around the wing on the outer side of the ground. George Allen moving into it for Port Melbourne. Allen gets the hand pass in when being tackled. Tried it up 3-0, and it didn't get to him. Chapman was grabbed high as he tried to come through, but couldn't get away with the ball. A pick up by Allen once again. Pushed on by Owen. Comes down towards Bond. Bond goes for a hand pass to Kevin Goss. Goss going downfield now. Will line them up. Put the ball on its way, and it's through. It's another goal up to Port Melbourne, and Port Melbourne moves on to 8 goals, 8. With Prahran on 6 goals, 2 on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard.
At Brickman's in Cheltenham, you'll find the largest range of ornamental gardenware in Australia. Decorative fountains, classical columns and balustrading, barbecues and incinerators. You'll find a huge range of planters, tubs, ceramic pots and boxes to grow your favourite plants. And Brickman's are famous for their imported Spanish and Italian statuary. Check the variety of outdoor tables and seats. When it comes to ornamental gardenware, see Brickman's, the growing name in gardenware. 347 Bay Road, Cheltenham.
Harland on the bounce went for a hand pass, but Jeffrey intercepts for Prahran. He plays it back up towards the half-forward line, and that's the result. Out of bounds. And there's the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard. 38 plays 56. It was saying to Ted while Don was commentating then that the wind is gusting, and for some time it has been down. As Kekovich was in the ruck there, but it comes out towards Stephen Ray. Ray gets it across to Austin. Austin can line them up, put the ball on its way, and I think he's put it through. And it takes Prahran on to 7 goals, 2. Port Melbourne 8-8.
Here's the king of the road, Toyota Corona, one of Australia's most popular cars. Well, look around. Over 160,000 have been sold. They're everywhere. Old Coronas, new Coronas. The way it's built to last and the outstanding resale value have made the Corona so popular, it's really the king of the road. Generous deals and king-size trade-ins at your Toyota dealer.
Your trade-in's worth big money. Your Proprietary Limited, Geelong. See us now.
Here's Harland taking the ball towards the outer side of the ground and kicks it high in the air now towards the half-forward line. Players needed to stay down, and this is a chance for Chapman to get it again. He goes for the hand pass, and this will put Pepe in the van. Pepe up towards centre half-forward. They wait under the ball, punched away from Kim Smith. Comes down towards Johnson. Johnson can't break away with it. Moving in his Prophet. And Prophet now going right upfield. Will go for the long run. He'll get another 2 bounces in. No, he's gone for the hand pass and gets it here to Harland. Harland now with a long kick up towards the right forward pocket with Russell Kelly going after it. And Bond also in there. Bond got to the boundary line, went over with it, and the boundary umpire will put it back into play. That was a good long run by Prophet then. And the police right on the job down here today, too, incidentally. As it comes back into play once again, and it's Pepe getting the knockout from the ruck. Goss tried to come through. Umpire watched it closely as it was scooped up off the ground. Scooped again by Bond. A push in the back, and the umpire will give the free kick. That was Rasmussen to get the free. Well within scoring range, deep in the right forward pocket. He's kicked 2 so far. 44 plays 56 on the Dunlop All-Star scoreboard, and it's in Port Melbourne's favour. And there we have the kick on its way. And it's offline and through for 1 point. Well, there's the brain trust of the Port Melbourne bench there. Aki, Brownie and Bobby. And there's Prahran as we have the ball go on its way now. Rasmussen comes in again, fails to take the mark. There's Heyman playing a top game today. Gets the ball, goes to the hand pass, back to Rasmussen, grabbed by Pepe. Holding the ball, says the umpire. No, he's called play on. And the free kick, or D'Angelo will get it. He plays it up towards the half-forward line, and Ivanov comes in to take the mark in defence. Ivanov tried to swing the play back towards the centre, but Thornton takes the mark. Thornton now immediately plays on for Prahran towards that half-forward line, out towards the dandy dollar sign, and over the line and out it goes. Going around the boundary line at the moment is Ian McGuinness. Strong player for the Prahran side. Keep their eyes open to see who's coming off, and as it comes back into play, punched away, there's the player grabbed in there, but Sam Tekovic gets it, he puts it high in the air, players won't be able to get to it, the bounce will beat them, and this will leave Neville Stibbard back there to come in with the ball and run through with it. So that'll take Prahran up to 7-3 with Port Melbourne on 8-9, and Russell Kelly will be the player moving off the field. McGuinness coming on. That's the first interchange. As the kick goes now, he'll pick up Rasmussen, McGuinness, as it goes out towards the half-back line. And there's Ivanov coming into it. Ivanov can't handle the ball cleanly, can't get away. Earlier, the umpire was getting that as a free. But it's a pick-up by Austin now. Austin bangs up towards the forward zone. Kim Smith tried to take the mark. And I don't know whether he's paid the mark or the free. He hasn't indicated a free. And I think he's paid the mark. And there's the coach explaining the moves he wants. And here's the replay of it. He got a knock all right, but I didn't see the umpire. Yes, the umpire did indicate it was a knock. So we've just been told. And this is Kim Smith. Has kicked 2. Lines him up and he's put it offline, I think. 1 point only is the result. And Prahran move on to 7-4, 46 to Port Melbourne's 8-9, 57. And we're at the 14.5-minute mark into the second quarter. Well, we'll await the ball to be returned to Beecroft here for Port Melbourne. Top it out from the half-back line. And Beecroft to take the kick-off. Beecroft eyes it. He gets it off the side of the boot. Then Ivanov making a desperate lunge to try and keep it back in play. From Taylor, though, it comes out to Pepe. And Pepe now goes for the kick across the face of goals. It'll go. And out on the full. Tell you what, he's playing a good game out there, Ted.
Blue Pepe. Yeah. Blue Pepe's playing very well, Phil, and he played very well in the first semi-final, too.
Here's the kick as we take it at on high.
Okay, Phil, there's the ball being moved around the ground for the Port Melbourne side. Over here it's picked up by Jeffrey. But he, over the line before he kicked it, it'll come back to be thrown into the out-of-bounds position. 57 to 46, an 11-point lead. Halfway through the second quarter, preliminary final, Prahran and Port Melbourne. Up is Hayden, but Pepe doing well, knocks the ball down towards Austin. Austin plays it in front of him, but it goes to Stibbard. Stibbard hooks it back high into the air. Not a well-directed kick, but he kicked it under pressure. Play on to the umpire. Taken here by Kevin Goss. Gets the ball out of the pack to Stibbard. Stibbard downfield towards Bond. The ball knocked away from him and out of bounds. Out of bounds on the half-forward line. Pepe in the ruck. But Hayden knocks the ball down. Coming through hard is Chapman. Chapman plays it hard. Goes in hard all the time, using his body well. Knocks the ball out in the direction of Taylor. But the ball is out of bounds again. A throw-in. Pepe knocking it down. towards Ray. He failed in his attempt to knock it forward. Picked up by Peter Bedford. Bedford a hand pass to Goss. It's Paul Goss. Left foot kick by Paul Goss into the full forward zone. A chance here for Rob Anderson. He met his opponent from Port Melbourne pretty hard. Picked up by Kevin Goss. A hand pass from Ian Owen. Kevin Goss kicks another goal. And Port Melbourne goes to 9-9. Prahran 7-4.
Come to BBJ for your world of outdoor living. See our huge range of barbecues. How about this little beauty at $22.95? Or the family deluxe ranchman with a Trustic charm, ex-factory price, $89.95. Add glamour to your leisure area with a 5-piece West and Red Cedar setting. Unbeatable value at $79.95. Then swing into summer with this delightful 3-seater Sun Swinger. Check this price, only $99. Come and see our huge range of outdoor products at BBJ, 48 Highbury Road, Burwood, or phone 288-7552.
Okay, 17 minutes into the second quarter, and at 63-46, Port Melbourne in front. Prahran in attack. Stibbard, the ever-reliable. A hand pass out of the pack here to Dermott. Dermott can't get it. Taken by Bob Prophet. Back to Stibbard again, a grand player for Port. Downfield to Kevin Goss. He's doing well today. Down towards George Allen. Allen falls over, but he's back on his feet again. Goes in pretty hard. And Jeffrey's there as well. Also coming in is Austin of Prahran. Austin gets his kick. A left foot kick to the half-forward line. Prophet is there. They're coming in a screen to knock the ball away. Picked up here by Stephen Ray. Ray into the full forward zone. Kim Smith. He may have been over the line.
That was out of bounds from line, Don. The second grab was over the line.
The umpire is saying that it's his mark. And he's going to get it. The boundary umpire is quite happy with it. Let's watch it on the slow-mo replay. Tree knocking the ball away. That was Stephen Ray kicking it. There's Kim Smith. Yes, I think he marked it before the line. After the line. All right, well, a bit of disagreement in the camp up here, but that's not unusual. There's Kim Smith kicking it in towards goal from a very, very acute angle. Up they go. It's a mark to Prahran. It's been taken here. Well, two of them had it. Short pass across to D'Angelo, and D'Angelo has missed it. He's getting another kick.
D'Angelo's getting another kick. Knocked down after he kicked it, Don.
I thought he was put down as he kicked it. D'Angelo has kicked two. D'Angelo run in front of the Prahran goal. Kicking for goal number 8 at the moment. He's missed it. Prahran 7-5, Port Melbourne 9-9. And a lot of the Port Melbourne supporters saying, give him another kick. Okay, back to business again at centre field, and it's Barry Beecroft putting the ball back into play. A long trajectory drop punt kick to the half-back line. Up goes Pepe, can't pull the mark in. Ian Owen is there. Kevin Goss knocks it out to Stibbard, who gets his umpteenth kick out to the centre wing. An opportunity over there for Christo, and it's out of bounds. How many kicks has Stibbard had, Ian? 9 kicks.
Lex Dwyer warming up. Lex
Dwyer warming himself up, giving himself a rub on the leg as the ball is back in play again. Up goes Ian Owen against Pepe. Pepe doing pretty well on the ruck. Knocks the ball forward. A can't chance here for D'Angelo, who missed that last goal. D'Angelo showing a clean pair of heels. Gets the ball out towards Taylor. Taylor knocks the ball forward to D'Angelo again. D'Angelo into the full forward zone. Port under a bit of pressure here. Bob Prophet can't quite get the run of the ball. A kick off the ground by Johnston. Out of bounds on the full. And the free kick will go to Peter Ivanov. Ivanov the great. 20 minutes gone. Quarter number 2 on the scoreboard is 63-47. Port Melbourne in front. Philip Gibbs.
And it's Stibbard who gets the pass then right in the right back pocket for Port Melbourne. Playing a mighty game for the Burrows. It's his 10th kick coming up with Prahran 7-5, 47, trailing Port Melbourne 9-9, 63. There goes the kick on its way towards the half-back line, paving the outer side of the ground, comes down the direction of Ray. He can't break away with it. Harland holds the ball. The umpire calls play on. And it comes out here towards Kekovich, who can't break away with it at all. Paul Goss is in there trying to get through the pack, gets it around the neck, and Goss will get the free kick. So Goss now from the half-back line. Left foots it up towards the half-forward line. McGuinness waits under the ball, but coming in is Anderson again. He's playing a great captain's game on the back line. Anderson of Prahran with his 8th kick coming in towards the centre half-forward zone. Big Sam up in front has it punched away, but it comes down to D'Angelo. D'Angelo now gets it across to Johnson. Johnson high in the air towards Kim Smith. Behind him is Beecroft. Up go the both of them. Punched away then from Smith. He's pushed in the back and he'll get the free kick. wasn't happy about it at all. She nearly swallowed a fist. Okay. There you have the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard, and we're just waiting now for the shot to be taken for goal. Exciting football here at the Junction Oval at the moment. He's kicked two. He's on a very acute angle. The big, lanky Beecroft on the mark as he puts the ball on its way. The goal umpire watches it, and he's indicated 1 point. That takes Prahran to 7-6. 48 to Port Melbourne's 9-9-63 on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard. Mick Irwin, just a slight shake of the head there as he realises that his team is being forced into errors at the moment. And that's Lou Pepe with a good mark. Pepe, 2 bites at it out there on the half-forward line. He's not wasting any time. Smith now coming out wide, and there's Kekovich coming in to take the mark. Either one of them could have taken it. Both had their eyes on the ball. And Big Sam really moving to the ball there, Ted.
Well, he was moving, Phil, no matter about it. That limp that he had up last week is no sign of it here now.
And listen to Shayakin going on as Sam Kekovich is forced to go back and pick the ball up himself. There's Kim Smith and Kekovich both going in, but Kekovich had the real run on it. Kekovich now lining them up. Comes in and he's gone bang, no mistake about it. That's his third, and that takes Prahran on to 8-6 with Port Melbourne 9-9.
Amcal chemistry, ooh, Amcal chemistry helps financially. It could be you or I behind those BYIs, but it's our chemistry.
BYI fashion shades at your Amcal chemist now. You get the value, not just the lens.
Ooh, Amcal chemistry.
Back here, and there's the bounce of the ball once again. And Pepe knocks it away from Owen, and racing away is Ray. Ray of the Prahran up towards the forward zone, and the ruckman waits. The forwards wait for it down here. And a pick-up in the last line of defence by Dermott. Dermott to the half-back line. Prophet comes in to take the mark, and Prophet now will move away. He'll end up getting caught as he tried to get a kick in, and moving after it now is Ivanov. Ivanov knocks it back towards his teammate Owen. Owen pops one, gets held to the ball, but the umpire has given the free kick to Owen. It's going to be a strong game, this one, and we indicated that earlier. As it comes out here towards Bond, and Bond of Port Melbourne goes for a hand pass up towards Kevin Goss. Goss turns around, he'll try a further hand pass. This is the show to get it up towards Cook. There it goes on its way, high in the air. Cook leads out, falls down to the ground. No one able to break away until Anderson comes in. He gets pulled around the neck, but then plays it out towards the wing on the stand side of the ground. Moving in here is Jeffrey. Jeffrey goes for a hand pass to Pepe. Pepe needs the bounce, he's got it. He gets away from opponents too, and then shoots it across towards centre half, centre forward, with Stibbard coming in to take the mark in defence.
What a great defender this one is.
We've said it all the year, Ted. Good defender, knows where the ball's going. There's Paul Goss in between several players. He gets pushed out of the way by D'Angelo. Comes down here towards Austin. Austin shoots it on its way, and the goal umpire stays there. It's a goal. Prahran, 9-6. That was his second on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard, Porter 9-9.
Here's the king of the road, Toyota Corona, one of Australia's most popular cars. How popular? Well, look around. Over 160,000 have been sold. They're everywhere. Old Coronas, new Coronas. The way it's built to last and the outstanding resale value have made the Corona so popular, it's really the king of the road. Generous deals and king-size trade-ins at your Toyota dealer.
Your trade-in is worth Tosh Motors, Frankston. See us now.
Play back in progress here, and here's Dwyer getting it across here towards Clark. Clark takes the mark in the centre of the ground for Prahran, and the two Blues into attack again. Comes up towards that forward zone, and Johnson could see that Smith was being held there, and Johnson just ducked out in front to pull in the mark. So Johnson now well within scoring range, only about 30 metres out from goal, on a very slight angle. This is his first shot. He gets this, it'll put the two Blues in front. He's put the ball on its way, hooked it. And it's 1 point only to take Prahran on the 9-7-61. Port Melbourne 9-9-63. Mick Irwin a little bit disgusted with that. They're shooting poorly now, Prahran, as we take you again to Don High.
Thank you, Phil. Time on being played in quarter number 2. And we're watching Barry Beecroft putting the ball back into play again. A good kick to the half-back flank. Knocked away by Pepe, doing well on the ruck, picked up by Austin. He's come into the game in this quarter. Austin kicks it high into the air, into the full forward zone. Kekovich is there from behind. Almost pulled the mark in, not quite good enough though. Preen is there, number 14. Preen plays it in front of him, holding the man. The umpire says he was holding the ball, or in possession of the ball.
That's ridiculous, Don. It's quite obvious that Preen was being held before he even got near the ball.
Well, a puzzling decision by umpire Bill Hedger. And there's the unflappable Mick Irwin, the coach of Prahran, not too worried about it all. And it's Bob Prophet, who's got his hands full looking after Kekovich to get the free. Although Prophet has had a lot of kicks, Kekovich has been a very damaging player. There's the ball kicked away towards the flank position, and Stibbard has had a lot of kicks. And he takes the mark on the halfback flank. That's his 12th kick. There's Stibbard now, kicking the ball down towards the centre wing, putting Port Melbourne down the ground, but the mark down here taken by Chapman. Chapman, a very strong player. Kicks the ball back to the full forward zone. There's Johnson in from behind again, but the man in front is Dermott, and he holds up that Prahran attack. Dermott kicking the ball wide to the centre wing. A chance here for Kevin Goss. A free kick to Goss was pushed in the back. Should have got the free. Picked up by Jeffrey. Jeffrey plays it down towards Kim Smith. Kim Smith, a short pass across to Preen, and Preen takes the mark in front of Prophet.
See, Kevin Goss was unlucky then. He didn't get the free, Don.
Well, there are only two players there, and how the umpire didn't see it, I'll never know. In the meantime, it's Preen, right in front of goal. And Port Melbourne lead by 2 points at the moment, 63 to 61. Time on being played in the second quarter. Preen kicks in towards goal. A good kick. He's put it through. A goal to Prahran. Prahran take the lead. 10-7. Port Melbourne 9-9.
High Perfection delivers a superb picture that is almost too real to believe. Watching television will never be quite the same again. High Perfection. You can rely on it.
28 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter, and a free kick at the centre bounce will be taken by Harland. Harland of Port Melbourne out to the half-forward flank, taken by Hayden. Hayden gets a hand pass to Peter Bedford. Bedford sidesteps nicely, gets it to Christo. Here's a chance for Port Melbourne. Christo to an open goal. 1 point. A bad miss by Jimmy Christo because he wasn't under any pressure at all. He was well within kicking distance, but a little bit hurried in his shot for goal. And 1 point only. So it's 64 to 67, and Prahran in front as the mark is taken downfield by Johnson. And here's Johnson now, putting the ball into attack for Prahran. The ball down towards Preen and Kekovich. Kekovich in front, can't pull the mark down. Over the top of the ball is Dermott. Tries to knock it away. Players over the top of it, including Stibbard, the man with the ball at the moment. The whistle goes. A pretty close encounter here in the preliminary final. And there's Prophet getting up and knocks it to the wrong man in Johnson. Johnson kicks it into the full forward zone. Kim Smith is there against Beecroft. Knocked away by Beecroft. It comes towards Ivanov. Ivanov, a hand pass to Christo. Christo on the halfback flank. Kicks it down towards Hayden, and Hayden takes the mark on the centre wing. Goes for a bounce. There's Hayden around the neck. Must get the free kick. Not too happy over the attention he was getting then, Tony Hayden. And remonstrating with his Prahran opponent. And in doing so, almost gave the free kick away. In fact, Pepe almost talked the umpire into it. No love lost between Hayden and Pepe.
He wouldn't want to meet the big fellow on the road of the night.
Might get a ticket, do you think, Phil? There's the ball down to the half-forward line. Anderson was up, not able to get the mark. Coming through strongly was Dwyer. Dwyer kicking the ball away down towards the Prahran half-forward line. Austin's there, so is Ivanov. Ivanov plays the ball in front of him. Over the top as he slips down. Gets a hand pass out to Stibbard. And here's the ever-reliable Stibbard again. Pivoting, dodging and weaving through the pack. One of the best players in the game so far. His 13th kick down to the centre wing. And a good mark for Kevin Goss, who's also been a good player for Port Melbourne. Philip Gibbs.
Right, and here goes the ball out towards the half-forward line, and this is Bond attempting to take a mark right under the Carlton draft out there. But he must have seen it coming and decided that it'll go out. We have on the Dunlop All-Star scoreboard, Port Melbourne 9-10-64, Prahran leading 10-7-67. Back in it comes once again. Ian Owen taps it straight at the hands of his opposition, Ruckman and Pepe. Pepe tries to get away, but McGuinness, it comes into it. Clark tried to get away there for Prahran. The umpire blowing the whistle says, clear the ball, and I'll put it up. Getting well up near half-time. 31 minutes of play gone by here till half-time. And back in, there goes the bounce once again. That's Big Lou Pepe moving in. They're over the top of it. The umpire will be forced to give it free by the look of it. Holding the ball, he says, and the free kick will be taken down here by McGuinness. McGuinness can see a lead right out here by Ray on the half-back line. Ray has the ball, then under pressure now after moving off, plays it up towards D'Angelo. And D'Angelo had 2 shots for goal and got a minor score each time. Now gets his kick in towards that half-forward line. Players settle in under the ball. Kekovic tried to stay there. He'll do a bit of shepherding now as we have Preen move into it. And Preen with a beautiful lead towards Kim Smith. Smith led in towards the ball, couldn't take the mark. And Beecroft opens up the play to send the ball back upfield as the siren goes for half-time. And now let's have our half-time comments. First of all, from Don Hyde. Right, Don?
Yes, well, it's a very even game, Phil. Port Melbourne and Prahran, and nothing between these sides. There have been some good individual performances. Pepe and Kekovic doing well for Prahran, while Stibbard and Kevin Goss doing very well for the Port Melbourne side. I wouldn't like to predict the winner at this stage with only 3 points of difference.
Ted Henrys?
Well, 5 goals each for that quarter, Phil, and another great quarter of football, but I feel that Prahran made more mistakes than Port Melbourne, and this has been the story of the game so far. Looking at it, Prahran are fumbling a little bit more than the Port Melbourne players. When Port get the ball, they're more sure in the handling, and they've got a tremendous defence down there, and what a great game Stibbard's playing.
I think the reason for the fumbling, of course, is the pressure they're being put under by Port Melbourne. Although I felt they did a much better job in the last 10 minutes of that second quarter to get right back into the game. And as we said earlier, it should be a good, close, exciting game for the rest of the afternoon. Ian, the statistics on the match to this stage.
Port Melbourne kick getters, Ivan off 8, Kevin Goss doing well around the packs with 11, and Stibbard the best man on the ground with 13 kicks. Prahran kick getters, Anderson 9, Chapman 7 and Austin 9. Port Melbourne goal kickers, 2 each to Cook, Rasmussen and Kevin Goss, and 3 to Christo. Goal kickers for Prahran, 2 to Smith, 2 to D'Angelo and Austin, 3 to Kekovic and 1 to Preen.
Righto, there it is, and at half-time we have Prahran 10-7-67, leading Port Melbourne 9-10-64. We'll be back in a few minutes for the Dandenong 1000.
I promise to captivate you, for I am the spirit of the North, the vibrant spirit of the tropical playground, Darwin. Come to the sweeping shores of Darwin Harbour and join my people at play. Laze on the jewel-like shore and watch the lovely yachts swoop by. Or come backwards in time and marvel at the spectacle that is the Catherine Gorge. Glide gently between vertical cliffs across the glass still waters. Come further. I have more to show you, the intrepid traveller, for I am the spirit of the North. I am one with the wild things of my land, the wonderland that is the Northern Territory. Make your tropical getaway to Darwin in the green season with TAA. 7 nights cost you only $356, staying at the Koala Park or Don Hotel. Book with your travel agent, Northern Territory Government Tourist Bureau, or call your TAA Holiday Travel Advisor.
See this? Hardy's Hardy Plank. A beautiful smooth material to build a beautiful fence with. It cuts with a score and snap and bends easily. Yet Hardy Plank is asbestos cement, really tough. It won't rot, warp or split, and is unaffected by termites. Easy as that. And this is just one of the fascinating fences you'll find in this fully detailed brochure. It's free from this handyman stand at Better Building Supplies. You get the professional touch with Hardy's.
Come to BBJ for your world of outdoor living. This deluxe security door, double-sided locks, fully guaranteed, only $109.95, measured and installed. At 8 feet by 5 by 5, fully galvanized steel windows and sliding doors, only $129. And another winner from BBJ, this 4.5 cubic feet incinerator, only $19.95. Come to your world of outdoor living at BBJ, 48 Highbury Road, Burwood, or phone 288-7552 for these tremendous bargains.
Introducing the Dandy Dollar Dash 1000, sponsored by Dandy Dollar Savings.
Plant ordinary dollars in Dandenong Western Port Building Society, and they grow into Dandy Dollars. Dandy Dollars are at least 9.5% better than ordinary dollars because you reap interest 4 times a year. Splendid! And Dandy Dollar growers can have their money whenever they need it. So escape from the money jungle. Be a Dandy Dollar grower with Dandenong Western Port. You could grow a bloomin' fortune.
Dandenong Western Port,
I presume.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, back here at the Junction Oval, we take you over to one of Australia's top race callers to call the final of the Dandy Dollar 1000, John Russell of 3UZ.
Thank you, Philip, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Dandenong Western Port Permanent Building Society proudly present the final of the Dandy Dollar 1000, carrying prize money of $1,000 plus interest of $42.28 accrued over a period of 4 months, making a grand total of $1,042.28 on a winner-take-all basis. And the runners, you'll see their names appearing on page 19 of your recorder. I'll just check them quickly. Bob Hendy in red is off scratch. Bob Triplow in white off 4 metres. Kevin Sears blue 14. Shane Seckel yellow 32. Pat Healy green 36. John Pryor in pink 40. Roger Webster black 46. Len Boyd in the brown jacket 48. John Knott in purple 52. Barry Gladman grey 52. Mick Ryan in the red and white is off 54. Tony Dis blue and white 66. Barry O'Brien is number 1, he's on 68. And the outmarker is Joe Brown, number 2, on 96. And we're just about ready to go now with the final of the Dandy Dollar 1000, and the runners are now in the starters' hands. They come down to the finishing line and then 2 circuits in their course over 1,000 metres. All ready. And away they go now, and it's Joe Brown off 96 leading them down the straight the first time. He's followed by Barry O'Brien running second, and then came Tony Dis just in behind them as they come down now with 2 laps to go. And Joe Brown has a good long break on the field coming down with just under 2 laps to go. Barry O'Brien, Tony Dis is third. Then Mick Ryan was a gap to Barry Gladman. Pat Healy in the green, you'll notice. Followed closely then by John Knott, and back behind them in the brown jacket, making some ground is Len Boyd, followed by John Pryor. He's in the pink, followed up on the outside there in the black by Roger Webster. And then there's a break to Shane Seckel running in the yellow jacket. Kevin Sears lying third last in blue. Then Bob Hendy in the red, he's next to last. And Bob Triplow is last as they go down the back now with about 600 metres left to go. And the outmarker well clear at this point is Joe Brown with a nice long lead. Going up into second place now is Barry Gladman in the grey. Pat Healy third. They're followed then further back in the field by Mick Ryan, and going around them Tony Dis up on the outside. Back behind them the field making some ground, John Knott. Then there's a gap to Roger Webster. He's followed further back by John Pryor up on the outside of Len Boyd, and a break then to Shane Seckel. Then Bob Hendy third last, next to last Kevin Sears, and Bob Triplow's last of all. And there's about 50 metres covering the field as they come down to get the bell with just over a lap to go. And the leader is Joe Brown out on his own. Coming through now at the bell, Joe Brown leading out in second place, Barry Gladman. Then Pat Healy followed by Mick Ryan and John Pryor. Moving up, Tony Dis is next. Then Barry O'Brien, there goes Bob Hendy around them, and he's followed by Roger Webster, and further back then is John Knott, Shane Seckel, Bob Triplow next to last, Kevin Sears is last as they go in the back straight for the last time now, and the leader still is Joe Brown, about 10 metres or so in advance of Barry Gladman. Bob Hendy moving around the outside, then Pat Healy followed by John Pryor, and then there's a break in the field further back then to Bob Triplow as they run down the back for the last time with about 200 metres left to go. Joe Brown the leader, moving up smartly, Barry Gladman second, Bob Hendy third, John Pryor coming into it, Pat Healy is next, and they're followed then by Tony Dis, and Bob Triplow around the outside is putting in his claim. Coming up now with about 140 metres left to go, and at this point Barry Gladman takes the lead. Bob Hendy coming after him, and Bob Triplow on the outside is putting in a great run. The red now goes to the front, Bob Hendy. Here comes Triplow with a rattling run as they come into the straight now, and it's Bob Triplow moving up on the outside to take the lead from Bob Hendy. Shane Seckel finishing very fast in the yellow. It's a great go. 50 metres to go. Shane Seckel, Bob Triplow, and just in behind them Joe Brown, but Shane Seckel will take it out, and it's Shane Seckel going through to win the Dandy Dollar 1000. Joe Brown battled on to get second from Bob Triplow, Bob Hendy, then Pat Healy followed by Gladman. Barry O'Brien is further back with John Pryor, Mick Ryan, and one of the last home, John Knott with Roger Webster. Great run, well-judged run by Shane Seckel, running off 32 metres. Shane Seckel, the winner of the Dandy Dollar 1000, and Shane ran off 32 metres. Second placing goes to Joe Brown off 96 metres, and third was Bob Triplow running off the 4 metre mark in the time of 2:28.4, which is very fast time. 2:28.4 after the running of the Dandy Dollar 1000 final. In just a few moments we'll have the winner to talk to us, and a great run too. Congratulations Shane Seckel on a brilliant run. Come up Shane. How do you feel?
Fantastic, John. Oh, fantastic.
It's a long way to go. How'd you feel in running?
Well, I was coming down the back the last time. I thought I was in trouble. I hit that wind. But it was a good feeling. I came out of turn. I had something left. It felt terrific to know. Come home. have runners like Bob Hendy. I think they might have made the run a bit early, those fellas.
Anyway, Shane, congratulations again on a great run, and let's hope there are many more victories in store for you.
John, could I just say thanks for Dandy Dollar people, too.
We have Mr. Russell Smith to present the cheque to you, Shane. Before you go, Mr. Russell Smith, on behalf of the Dandenong Western Port, to present the cheque to Shane Segal. Mr. Smith.
From Dandenong Western Port, we've got very much pleasure in presenting you the first prize. Well, I think there is only one prize, but it's well worth it. Supposed to be a cheque for $1,000, but with a little bit of interest that you've earned, it's $1,042.28.
Fantastic. I'd like to thank you very much, your company, Dandenong Western Port Society. It's tremendous that they got behind pro running this year, and to get together with the VFA. I think the crowd enjoys the running. I know the runners certainly do. Once again, I'd like to thank the company. I'd like to thank my coach, John Tolman, and co-runners Pat Bower and Warren Emerson, who've been real great help to me too.
Thank you very much indeed, Shane Segal and Mr. Smith. And now it's back to Philip Gibbs.
All right, thank you very much, John. And there it is, just repeating at half-time down here. Prahran, a 10-7-67 on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard. Port Melbourne 9-10-64.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the...
And the Dandy Dollar Dash is sponsored by Dandy Dollar Savings.
They're really trying to lock him up this time.
At Sleeman Ford, used car prices have gone crazy. Have a look at this. XL Cortina TC, fitted with radio, priced at just $29.35.
Boy, that's a pretty expensive radio.
The car's $29.35, Dumbo. Anyway, this F100 with T-bar automatic and cloth seat inserts is just raring to go, and it'll go quickly at $39.90.
Oh, how does he do it? And give cash back on trade-ins, too.
Who cares? This 77 Valiant with radial tires and column change is just $37.90. Here's another one. Escort XL sedan, real economy motoring for only $41.86. Or what about this XC Falcon wagon with radio, ideal for the big family at $53.85.
All these cars are available until they're sold, because after they're sold, they won't be available. What?
And this 74 Falcon XB in attractive beige is just $29.90.
So get out to Sleeman Ford Forstner now before they're all gone.
You know spun gold is different. With its rich golden taste, which the sun gives to naturally grown ingredients. And spun gold is low in cholesterol. So soft to spread. And surprisingly reasonably priced. Spun gold, the all-vegetable table margarine. The bright spot in your supermarket's dairy cabinet.
From Citizen, a selection of elegant watches to grace a lady's wrist. Electronic quartz or mechanical. Designed with an enduring beauty. Built with the kind of technology that gives you the future in the watch you're wearing today. For when a lady needs to be on time, Citizen watches, the future belongs to you.
At Rickman's in Cheltenham, you'll find the largest range of ornamental gardenware in Australia. Decorative fountains, classical columns and balustrading, barbecues and incinerators. You'll find a huge range of planters, tubs, ceramic pots and boxes to grow your favourite plants. And Rickman's are famous for their imported Spanish and Italian statuary. Check the variety of outdoor tables and seats. When it comes to ornamental gardenware, see Rickman's, the growing name in gardenware. 347 Bay Road, Cheltenham.
Good afternoon. I trust you're having a pleasant weekend. A look at the main news of the day. 3 young men have been charged with abducting 13-year-old Sydney schoolboy William Mistakis, who was found late yesterday at Bateman's Bay, south of Sydney. More charges are expected to follow. A 2-day search for a missing 4-year-old boy at Ipswich, west of Brisbane, ended tragically this morning when the boy's body was found in a sewerage tank only metres from his home. And Healesville's historic Sovereign Hotel has been extensively damaged by fire. I'll be back with the full details on those stories and more in tonight's edition of News at 6. In the meantime, back to Philip Gibbs and the footy.
Thank you very much, Bruce, and I'm sure you're enjoying the game back there as we have Prahran 10-7-67, Port Melbourne 9-10-64. We have the Little Ants performing down here at the moment. Craig Kelly is over there.
Right, thank you, Phil. And, well, John, they're giving a good display here, as you said earlier. We started off in Geelong in 1964, the Little Lass, and they've done a reasonably good job, in fact, a marvellous job right throughout Australia.
Yes, Craig, and we're very proud of the Little Lass movement, but as I said before, these people out there are nothing special. They are parents who want to be involved and want to be with their children in activities. And this is what Little Lass is there for, to promote the family, fun and fitness.
Well, John, that's good. The relay just over too. We see the hurdles over on the backs. What are the ages from these 8-year-old upwards?
No, under 7 they start, Craig. Under 7 to under 12. And then from once they turn 12, they hopefully will then go on to senior ranks.
Now, with these, you start them off from hurdles, distance running, field games as well yet?
Yes, there's the only thing that's not in Little Lass that is in senior ats is javelin and hammer throw, things that are considered dangerous to have around children.
We've got another relay starting here, I see. And where are these clubs from today?
They're from various places, Frankston, Sherbrooke, Preston. In fact, the 2 children that are on the line now for the relay come part of the Victorian team that went to Canberra in May to compete in the Australian Championships.
And, of course, this goes right throughout the year, does it, or do you have seasons as well?
We have a track season which starts October and finishes end of March, and then there's a cross-country season that runs through the winter.
Well, now we see on screen the relay on there. Who's in front at the moment, John?
These are the under-12 boys are running against the under-12 girls, as to be, or not as to be expected, but the boys are in front at the moment, and normally they're a bit stronger in the legs for these events, so you would expect them to win.
So women's livers crept into athletes, Little Lads too.
Yes, but each child, under normal circumstances, would compete against his own sex, own age, and most importantly, at their own ability level. Children who haven't got the ability are graded so that they're running against children of similar ability and not running behind children who are advanced in their sporting.
Well, John, thanks very much for that. We find now that the little athletes have finished, and thank you once again for coming up with us.
Thank you, Craig, and thanks to Channel A for this opportunity to present Little Athletics to the Victorian public.
Now we take you back to Phil Gibbs.
Okay, thank you very much, Craig, and we're just about now ready to get underway with the teams about to come out onto the ground here. And the scores are reading: Prahran 10-7-67, leading Port Melbourne 9-10-64. Right, well, Ted Henry's now to discuss the match with us. Ted, what do you feel about the game to half-time?
Well, thanks very much, Phil. Just finishing my half-time afternoon tea, but it's a very interesting stage, Phil, and remembering last week that Port Melbourne were 25 points down at half-time. At the moment, we find that Port Melbourne only trailing by 3 points, but it's a different type of game. It's more evenly contested this week. What I did notice in the first half, Phil, was the fact that Prahran were making a lot more mistakes. They were fumbling. A lot of their players, when they were approaching the ball, were rather hesitant, and this brought about a lot of fumbling by them, whereas Port Melbourne have been more sure when they've been going for the ball. I felt that Port Melbourne's backline has been very strong too, particularly Stibbard. In the back pocket, the ever reliable, always plays a good game. A good move of Port Melbourne, I thought, as soon as Sam Kekovich lined up at centre-half forward. He was selected in the forward pocket. Bob Prophet lined up on him, and I feel that the Port Melbourne defence is playing very well, but overall, a very even game.
Righto, and let's talk about our Pick the Points competition once again. The last 10 people are in today, and after today, of course, the 4 nearest the correct number of points will go into the grand final next week. And in our Pick the Points competition, they'll have the chance, of course, of winning a magnificent falcon from our mate Brian Sleeman. Brian Sleeman, a great fellow to do business with. I know I've talked a lot about Brian in the last few months. I've had the opportunity of meeting him, talking with him, and I'm sure if you go out there, he'll do a great deal for you, as we have Prahran coming out onto the ground here. But the winner from next week, the outright winner, will receive the keys of the falcon from Brian Sleeman, and I'm sure he'll be very proud and happy to hand them over. So there will be 4 people notified as from tomorrow by Nancy, and she'll let you know who the winners are, those 4 nearest correct entries. And of course today we have our Moments Like These award, the Minties Award, which will be announced next Saturday after the grand final, and we have some very, very funny incidents, we can assure you. The winner today will get $100, but next Saturday in the grand final, the outright winner will receive $1,000 in next Sunday. Where am I? Next Sunday, $1,000 in cash. And our best player today will receive, with the compliments of Puma, a Puma bag with the international flash of brilliance, and also a pair of Puma football boots, and not forgetting that other magnificent award that we've had right throughout the season, the Seidel Award with the Seidel products, and $50 in cash. Looking around now to see if there have been many changes with the sides. It doesn't appear as though we do. Prahran 10-7. Port Melbourne 9-10. Now, this quarter, of course, is brought to you by Ren Liter Matador Automatic Garage Door Openers. Good door openers, too. And I thought I might mention at this stage, too, something about Rec Air, who have been with us all the year, supplying the equipment, all the scaffolding that we have here, and they'll supply anything from a screwdriver to a pneumatic drill, and compressed air, compressors, you name it, and they've got it. You try them out if you want anything for the handyman at all. So the fellow to contact, of course, is a mate of ours again in Mark Hughes. All right, we're ready to get underway for the second half of the game, and this promises to be a ripper. Ted's got his fingers on the stopwatch, and up they go, and Pepe gets the knockout from the ruck down towards Austin. Austin tries to grab the ball, but chipping in there is Stephen Ray. Ray now goes right out towards the boundary line. A hand pass across to Jeffrey. Jeffrey putting Prahran into attack, up towards the right forward pocket. Players moving into it, trying to get it is Preen. Preen pushes it over the line and out of bounds for a throw-in right near Walpamure. So now Ruckman set themselves there. That was Prophet went up in the ruck then in front of Kekovic, but Kekovic comes out with the ball. He gets a big hand pass across here, then towards Stephen Ray. Ray goes down to the ground. Oh, I don't know. And it's Kevin Goss getting in front, grabs the ball, and I thought Goss could have got a free then, but it's taken by Pepe from the hand pass, who puts it up towards the full forward zone. Kim Smith has it knocked away from him, comes down to Stibbard again, and Stibbard with a beautiful pass, hand pass this time, across to Prophet, and Prophet streaking down the field. That's the second time he's been allowed to do that. He plays it up towards the half-forward line, and it's punched away this time by McGuinness, out towards the boundary line. Throw in to be taken right near Dandy Dollar Savings there. That's out on the half-forward line. Well, it comes back into play on this Sunday entertainment game and into the hands of Edford now. Moving through players, goes for the long hand pass, gets it towards Rasmussen. A very dangerous player. Rasmussen shoots the goal across the face of the big sticks and out on the full. I tell you, that was dangerous for the Prahran defence then. And on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard, Prahran 10-7-67, Port Melbourne 9-10-64. Just waiting for the kickoff to be taken by Kerry Foley. Foley plays it out towards the half-back line in front of the Port Melbourne race where Goss comes into it, and Goss goes towards goal. He's got it on his way towards Cook. Cook goes up, not 2 bites of the cherry, and the umpire says it's a free to Cook. I'm just wondering whether we can have a look at that again. As Cook, no, he gets ready to line them up. He's kicked 2 so far. And if he puts this through, it'll put Port Melbourne ahead again. So Cook puts it on its way, and it's a goal up to Port Melbourne, 10-10 to Prahran's 10-7.
Let's try that with the Ren Liter Matador automatic door opener. Simply push a button inside your car, and your door opens automatically.
Ren Liter, you're fantastic.
The Ren Liter Matador suits virtually any type or make of garage door. Only $325 plus installation. Gate openers, too. Phone Ren Liter now.
Well, there's the bounce once again, and Pepe getting the big knockout from the ruck. He got it down this time towards Ray. He gets a bit for the long kick for goal. Into the pocket, and coming out is Beecroft to take the mark in defence. Beecroft now gets ready with the kick. He plays it towards the half-back line. Kekovic's too far under the ball. Pepe comes in, comes down this time in the direction of D'Angelo. D'Angelo passes it up towards the left forward pocket. Taylor's in the van here, gets the hand pass back. Oh, he's put it straight into the hands of Ivanov. Ivanov gets the hand pass out here to Christo. Christo around towards Bedford. It's punched away from Bedford. And this is a chance now for Prahran to get it through Ray into open territory. Ray up towards the half-forward line. And the mark has been taken here by Dwyer. Dwyer with a hand pass to McGuinness. McGuinness down towards the forward zone. And the mark must be played. Well, Johnson gets the ball. Snap shoots the goal and he's put it through. But I don't know, Ted. I'm not going to comment.
No, all right, Bill, but that, no doubt about that, that was a mark without any doubt whatsoever. It made no effect, but probably might have helped Prahran because it allowed the player to move on. But that was, we find, that was Dwyer, the hand pass to McGuinness. Now McGuinness puts it up there. Now, that was a mark. Look at that. He had a sure grip of that ball, no doubt.
And the umpire was only a few metres away. Anyway, it's 4 minutes into the third quarter. And this is Hedger now with a bounce once again. Up they go, and McGuinness winning hands down in the ruck. Gets it down to Pepe, gets it down to D'Angelo. D'Angelo up towards the forward zone. Players being held as it comes through towards Ivanov. Ivanov goes for the hand pass. It comes out here to Beecroft, and Beecroft going right downfield with a kick. They need a player down, but it's Anderson taking a strong mark. Ran into his own player coming through, Chapman, but Prahran 11-7-73 to Port Melbourne's 10-10-70 on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard. Here's Don Hyde.
And there's Chapman trying to get back onto his feet, met pretty hard by his own player, Anderson. Anderson, in the meantime, kicks the ball upfield. It's on the Prahran half-forward line. Kekovic held, but not in position. No free kick. Picked up by Hayden. Downfield to Chapman, who gets another bit of a knock. Chapman's a pretty tough sort of a player. And he takes his kick now, putting it down to the Prahran half-forward line. Up as Hainan, knocks the ball away. Doesn't do much by doing so, except force the ball out of bounds. The margin 3 points in favour of Prahran. They're 73, Port Melbourne 70. Early in the third quarter. Pepe in the ruck knocks the ball down towards Dwyer. Dwyer with a bit of pace gets clear. Left foot kick across towards the half-forward line. George Allen a bit tentative. Preen kicks the ball off the ground. Hayden taps it forward. It's like a basketball game at the moment. Across here to Haaland. He looks like he's hurt himself a little bit. The ball back on the centre wing. A scramble developing, and the umpire's going to bounce it up. Well, there's Haaland on his hands and knees.
He got a trip, Don, right across the shin.
Well, that certainly smarts a bit on a cold day. There's the ball back to Prophet. Prophet held and not in possession. No free kick. Picked up here by Bedford. Bedford putting it down to the Port Melbourne half-forward line, and there's that man, Anderson, again. In the meantime, Haaland in the hands of the trainers. Looks like he's going to be taken off the ground. Out to the centre wing, and the mark taken by Chapman. A free kick is going to Paul Goss. Too far away. What was it? Shepherding decision, was it, Ted?
Yes, it was shepherding Goss too far away from the ball then.
Looks like Haaland might have a broken bone there by the look of things. Let's hope he hasn't. No, he's walking okay. In the meantime, the ball downfield, and it's knocked out of bounds on the half-forward line. Haaland's okay. He's running back into the play now.
He got a kick right on the shin bone.
Well, the ball back in play. Here's Owen coming in from behind to knock the ball down, but it goes straight to D'Angelo. D'Angelo of Prahran, scouting well, kicks the ball wide, looking for Stephen Ray, number 24, running in. There's Ray getting possession. He should get rid of it quickly. There's Haaland okay now. It's a far cry from having a broken ankle. Picked up over here beautifully. Looked like it wasn't Goss. Picked up now by Haaland. Haaland gets it across to Paul Goss. John Christo's on the ground. That was the player who came on a minute ago. And the ball in the meantime from Paul Goss goes across to Jimmy Christo. Jim Christo, a long shot in towards goal is good. And a goal to Port Melbourne. And they take the lead once more. 4 goals to hit.
Now let's try that with the Renlita Matador automatic door opener. Simply push a button inside your car, and your door opens automatically.
Renlita, you're fantastic.
The Renlita Matador suits virtually any type or make of garage door. Only $325 plus installation. Gate openers, too. Phone Renlita now.
A 7.5-minute mark in the third quarter. The ball on the Port Melbourne half-forward line again. Picked up by Paul Goss. A hand pass to Kevin Goss. Kevin Goss within range of goal. Slams it in. It's good. Goal. 3 goals for Kevin Goss. And there's Norm Brown on the coach's bench. Pretty happy after that nice piece of play by Port Melbourne. And Port Melbourne move on 12-10-82 to 11-7-73. There's the ball coming in from Kevin Goss and through the centre. And Port Melbourne regaining the lead again. 82-73. A 9-point advantage. 8.5 minutes into the third quarter. Bill Hedger back in the centre, putting play underway again. Knocked down by Hainan onto the half-forward line. It comes here to Kevin Goss again, to Paul Goss. The Goss brothers combining well in this third term. Down towards the half-forward line, and Jim Christo. The ball runs away from him, and it's out of bounds there on that flank position. Part of the big crowd here today for the preliminary final.
Jim Williamson, the chairman of finance, is enjoying the match too today, Don. Been in hospital, and thanks for the letter there, Jim, from all the boys.
There's Jimmy Christo shooting it in towards goal again, but offline on that occasion, had 1 point only. Yes, Jim, all the best to you.
And a couple of other fellows, you remember Keith Warburton,
yes,
formerly with Carlton, and one of our top lawn bowlers in the state is in St Vincent's Hospital, and his dog won at Warrigal on Monday night. Greetings to you from Al Thomas and all the boys there, Keith.
Okay, here's Port into attack again. John Christo, a hand pass to Ian Owen. Owen under pressure, slams it in, offline, I think. Yes, 1 point. Ian Owen disappointed, but he did kick it under pressure, and it was a pretty good effort to get his boot to the ball.
And the Port Melbourne supporters and players have asked for a call to Arthur Wills in the Prince Henry's Hospital. Call to you from Mackie and all the boys there, Arthur.
Okay, 84-73 on the scoreboard. Port Melbourne in front. 9.5 minutes gone in the third quarter. McGuinness is the man with the ball at the moment. Came on as an interchange player in the second quarter. Kicks the ball now down towards the centre wing. Kekovic is there somewhere. Can't mark it on this occasion. Picked up by Pepe. Pepe loses the run of the ball. Comes in again. It's kicked off the ground. Picked up over here by Dwyer. Dwyer of Prahran down towards Preen, and it's Preen's mark. Preen, a bit of pace there. Gets clear. Gets it across here to Johnson. Johnson on the half-forward line. Loses the run of the ball as he tries to get rid of it quickly, but he's going to be given the free kick. And we wait for Wayne Johnson to take that free kick on Prahran's half-forward flank. Left foot kick to the full forward zone. Kim Smith is there somewhere, but the man in front is Sam Kekovic. Kekovic fell rather heavily then and a little bit slow in getting back to his feet, but he's been a great player for Prahran, a key player in attack for them. He's kicked 3 goals. He'll kick this one, make no doubt about it. There he goes. He's right in front of the Prahran goal, and at the moment Port Melbourne lead by 11 points. There's Kekovic's kick. 4 goals to him, and Prahran 12-7 to 12-12.
Can anyone give me a really good price on a new Falcon?
Yes, yes, yes. Stillwell Ford says yes, yes, yes.
Stillwell Ford have 400 new Fords, so make us an offer. When one of Australia's biggest Ford dealers wants to make more sales, you're talking big savings. Make any reasonable offer. Chances are Stillwell Ford will say
yes, yes, yes. Stillwell Ford says yes for offer.
At Kew, Richmond and Hartwell, LMCT 770.
All right, we're back here at the Junction Oval once again, where we have it 79-84, 5 points up for Port Melbourne on the Dunlop All-Style scoreboard. Crowd pretty quiet at the moment as we see tapped down again by Pepe, but taken away this time by Harland up towards the forward zone. Out they come. Oh, Foley got his hands to the ball, but here's a short kick and it goes into the hands of Bedford. It's played on. Oh, and the umpire says he was tripped. And I think he was right. So Bedford well within scoring range now, only about 45 metres out from goal, right in front. Bedford has kicked a point so far. The wind, not as strong as it was. It's been gusting, coming in pretty strong gusts. Bedford lines them up and Cook just stands there. Look at him as he claps the ball as it goes through, and that takes Port to 13-12, Prahran 12-7.
Now let's try that with the Renlita Matador automatic door opener. Simply push a button inside your car, and your door opens automatically.
Renlita, you're fantastic.
The Renlita Matador suits virtually any type or make of garage door. Only $325 plus installation. Gate openers, too. Phone Renlita now.
Right back here, and Pepe gets the ball out of the ruck. He sends it up towards centre half forward. The big kicker tried to take the mark. Taylor's in the van for the ball. He grabs it now. For Prahran, using a lot of place, and then turns it around. Went too far, according to the umpire. And the free kick will be awarded against him and taken by Ivanov. Peter Ivanov There he is, right down in front of the cricket stand here. Plays it around the stand wing. Rasmussen sets himself, has it punched away. And McGuinness punched it away, and it comes through to McGuinness once again. Comes out to Austin. Austin hand passes to Dwyer, and Dwyer bangs it down towards Kim Smith. Smith from behind, and Smith has taken the mark. What a great game this is. A strong game, Ted.
A great game, Phil. A strong game. Plenty of strength being used right around the field, and plenty of strong marking. We saw one then from Kim Smith.
Well, Kim Smith has kicked 2 goals so far. He's on a slight angle, but well within scoring range, kicking straight at the scoreboard. And that's it on its way, but it's right offline, across to the opposite pocket, and the mark has been taken by Freed. Thought it might have been out of bounds. There's leads coming from everywhere back upfield. But he'll stand his feet under the men and come in from the boundary line for a shot. He's kicked 1, Freed. See, this is an acute angle. He tries to guide it on its way. It goes right across the face, and that's George Allen to take the mark in the last line of defence again. So we have Prahran 12-7, 79, 11 points down on Port Melbourne, 13-12, 90. And there's the kick going towards Prophet at centre half back, and effortlessly he'll take the mark. He'll go for a run again, get the hand pass across here to Christo. Christo now will go downfield, and he'll get a further hand pass to Bedford. Bedford dodges, gets the pass now to Goss. Goss has it bounced back to him. He lines him up, guides it on its way, and it's another one up for Port Melbourne. They're burning at the moment, Port Melbourne, on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard. Port Melbourne move on to 14 goals, 12, with Prahran on 12-7.
You can notice when Port Melbourne do an attack like that, Phil, the defence of Prahran starts to get a little bit nonplussed, and they can't seem to anticipate the moves of those fast-moving Port Melbourne forwards, and that was a perfect example of it.
Well, you see it there in the replay. But what is happening, I feel, Ted, that Prahran are letting the forwards a bit loose at the moment. The backmen are not sticking with the Port Melbourne forwards, and the Port Melbourne forwards are creating that loose man.
And they're being drawn into, those defenders are being drawn into that player moving down the field.
Well, Pepe has it knocked away from him by Hainan this time. Dribbled away from the pack, but diving through there is Taylor. Taylor couldn't get away with it. Over the top they go, and the umpire says they were pushing it back to Dwyer. Well, I just thought he fell over the ball. But anyway, Dwyer is there. He gets his kick in high in the air towards the centre forward zone. Kekovic decides to stay down. There's a push in the back to one of the Prahran players. And the free kick will be taken by Prahran. Big Sam saying a word. I didn't see it there, but anyway, it's John Treen in front, putting the ball on its way, and he's put it through for another one, and Prahran gone to 13-7 with Port Melbourne on 14-12.
Ladies and gentlemen, a brand new star. The new Dunlop All-Star Tyre Centres have arrived with knockout tyre prices that stay down. Save on Aquajet radials, $34.44. Save on Vredestein steel, $41.11. Save on Goodrich cross pliers, $18.88. Save on Wildcat steels, $55.55.
When the Dunlop All-Stars, there's no room for doubt. We drop our tyre prices with a real knockout.
Well, back here, and we have Don Hyde.
Okay, Phil, umpire Bill Hedger back in the centre, and play getting underway again. There's Big Pepe in the ruck. Up he goes and knocks the ball down, but it goes straight to Harlan. Harlan gets his kick now for Port Melbourne. Down towards the half-forward line. Chapman very strong in defence. Clears the ball back for Prahran, putting them into an attacking position. But the wind carries the ball over the boundary line, and we wait for the ball to be thrown in from that position on Prahran's half-forward flank. 96, Port Melbourne, Prahran 85. Halfway through the third quarter in the preliminary final. Uppers Hainan knocks the ball down towards the centre wing, taken here by Dwyer. He gets it across to Taylor. Taylor, left foot kick for Prahran, putting them into attack over the head of Kekovic. Uppers Preen, the ball knocked away from him by Dunlop. Down here the Prahran player held, but no free kick. That was Johnson. Over the top of the ball is Ivanov. Ivanov gets pulled around the neck, and a free kick to the Port Melbourne halfback flanker. Peter Ivanov, best and fairest player in the Port Melbourne club this year. Kicks the ball down to Stibbard, one of the best players in the game, and Stibbard now gets around his opponent, puts the ball into attack for Port Melbourne, down towards Cook. The ball will run out of bounds in the forward pocket, near the Coronet Caravan sign down there. Out of bounds, about 20 metres out from the goal. And there's a great shot, showing the ball being put back into play, and the players ready to receive it. No one gets a decisive knockdown. No one got near the ball on that occasion. Taken here by Kelvin Clark. Clark falls at the crucial moment, gets a hand pass going. Across here to D'Angelo. D'Angelo downfield, and Ray is there. This is Stephen Ray. Ooh, crunch. He hesitated too long. And Kevin Goss gives him a bit of a touch-up. John Christo it was. No game for weak hearts out there. The ball back in play again. Anderson, a great player today, knocks it forward, but Peter Bedford's there. He's caught, has to get rid of the ball quickly. Picked up by D'Angelo. D'Angelo throws the ball away, and then he's grabbed. And he'll get the free kick for holding the being held, and yet maybe he should have been penalised for throwing the ball.
That controversial one again, Don.
Yes, Ted, there's the kick by D'Angelo down to the centre wing. Big Pepe is there, punches the ball away, but the ball on the ground again. A big pack of players on the ball, picked up by Taylor. Taylor gets his kick to the half-forward line. Prophet is there, gets pushed in the back by Taylor, and Prophet gets the mark and the free kick. A 15-metre penalty.
He can play on.
Now he plays on after getting the penalty. A big kick down to the full forward zone. Fred Cook is there, can't hold the mark. Picked up by Christo. Christo, another goal to him. Good shot. 1 point only. And there's the non-playing coach, rather, of the Prahran side, Michael Irwin. Better known as Mick. 97-85 is the score, and Port Melbourne lead, and we're 19 minutes into the third quarter. The ball back in play again. 2 clear goals. Pepe. No, McGuinness. McGuinness knocking the ball forward to Kelvin Clark. Clark gets it across to Stephen Ray. Ray out on his own again. Knocks the ball forward towards the half-forward flank position. A series of hand passes. It comes back towards Kelvin Clark. Down towards the full forward zone. Prahran deep into attack here. There's Taylor getting pushed out of the road. Picked up by Stibbard again. Stibbard down towards George Allen. 2 Port Melbourne players here. The other one was Jimmy Christo. And it's George Allen taking the mark. Allen now getting a hand pass to Christo. Well shepherded by Ian Allen. There's Christo going for a run. A hand pass to Bedford. Bedford. Right way, left way. Where's he going? Back onto his right foot. Long kick by Peter Bedford. Good kick. Not quite good enough. 1 point. Actually, Ted, he didn't run that far on that occasion. He went backwards and forwards, but maybe he didn't go 10 metres.
Well, I reckon he took about 17 steps.
Yeah, but they're little tiny ones, Ted. There's the ball back in play again, taken here by Chapman. Chapman, a strong player today. A hand pass to Johnson. Johnson at Prahran on the centre wing. Hooks the ball across. 3 Prahran players here, and one of them is Big Sam. Sam, a hand pass to Austin. Austin on the half-forward line. Into the forward pocket position. Kim Smith is here. Gets the ball in front of Beecroft. Should have kicked it. A hand pass to a player. Stephen Ray. Ray picks it up, hooks it back. A good shot for goal, but not quite good enough, I don't think. And it's 1 point. I thought Kim Smith should have had a shot. He gave it back to Stephen Ray, who was not in a very good position to kick it.
But he was coming round on his left foot, Kim Smith. Might have been a bit difficult for him, Don.
Okay, Ted, there's the kick back in play again. Knocked away here by Pepe, and there's a big rolling ball onto the half-forward line. Christo knocks the ball back the wrong way, trying to get it to George Allen. Behind George Allen is Kelvin Clark. George Allen hand passes it to Paul Goss. Goss hooks it as he kicks it, and he's kicked it out of bounds. He got plenty of distance, but a little bit too anxious, and he hooked the ball rather badly. Kerry Foley will have to go back and kick again because the goal umpire hadn't finished doing his waving. And here once again is Philip Gibbs.
All right, the ball going back towards the back pocket position as we come up to the 22-minute mark in the third quarter. Not much in it either. There goes the kick on towards the half-back line. It's drifting close to the boundary line. Pepe gets one big fist to it with Ian Owen, and it goes over the line and out of bounds. Port Melbourne 14-14, Prahran 13 goals 8 on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard. And it comes once again. Ruckman set themselves. Pepe taps it back over his head. It goes Kevin Goss, who immediately puts it into the hands of D'Angelo when he's tacked. And D'Angelo up towards the half-forward line. There we saw Kekovich trying to take the big mark. Limps as he gets up too. George Allen marks it. Now, he was off and the umpires called play on. As Allen now screws it across towards that half-forward line. But coming in here is Austin, who's lifted his game considerably. He sends it up towards their half-forward line. Train back to Austin. And Austin playing well at the moment. Gets it out towards Smith. Kim Smith in the race and the ball from Beecroft. Tries to get away. Gets grabbed. We're not in possession and he'll get the free kick. Fair way out from goal. Out near the right half-forward flank.
Good place to be, too, by the look of it in the background. Go one, Don. Any time. Any place. Right. Here's Smith now, skying the ball, putting it too high in the air. The wind gets it. And there's a mark taken in the middle of the pack. But no, Kekovic calling for the free, but it's a free kick to Dermot. When I said there's a mark in the middle of the pack, it appeared that way, but one of the Prahran players was higher. That's about all. There it goes on towards the half-back line on the outer side of the ground, and juggling the mark was Ken Smith. The umpire has disallowed it, says there's a free out there for holding the ball, and the free kick will be taken by Port Melbourne. Kevin Goss is the player. So Goss from the half-back line on the outer side of the ground. Swings the play wide of the centre. Rasmussen in front has it punched away from him. Out towards the boundary line. Moving in there is Clark. And there's a free. The umpire says a push in the back. And the free will be taken by Ian Jeffrey of the Prahran. Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard says Port Melbourne 14-14-98 to Prahran 13-8-86. Anybody's game at this stage. With Kekovic going up in front, trying to take two bites at it, couldn't do so. And it's a chance now for Owen to get it away. Passes to Christo. And Christo goes right downfield, and now he'll take another bounce. This time he can go for the hand pass to Bedford, and Bedford's nailed. The umpire says in the back, however. Well, that was right, but Bedford's hurt his shoulder. With a bit of a wry smile there. So it should be. You'll see the replay, but he's coming in. There he is, Met. He turns side on. Puts the ball on its way, and he's put it through for another goal to Port Melbourne. That gives them a 3-goal lead. Port Melbourne 15-14 to Prahran 13 goals 8. As he turned his shoulder into the player coming in then, and was met rather subtly, but was told Alan Thomas, the trainer, that he's okay. Wonder what else carrying in that towel. We're just waiting on the bounce of the ball to take place. We're into time on here in the third term. And I would say, just adding it up, 14, it's a bit over 3 goals. No, right on 3 goals the difference. Here's that came out of the pack. Jeffrey came out of the pack and gets it up to Kekovic at centre half forward. Kekovic staying on the ground for longer than I've seen him so far this season. Plays it towards the centre forward zone. And the umpire's disallowed a Port Melbourne mark down there. I thought the player grabbed it cleanly. But now he's given a free for around the neck. And the free kick will be taken by Beecroft. Beecroft in the last line of defence as we take you again to Don High. Beecroft now kicking the ball from the full-back position down towards the half-back line. Kekovic is there, number 4 in the picture. Can't pull the mark in. Taken by Prophet. Prophet a hand pass across to John Christo. Caught with the ball. Gets clear. And John Christo gets it down to the Port Melbourne half-forward line now. Haynen's there. Haynen now has the ball run right for him. Bounces it when he's in possession. And that is holding the ball. And that is a good decision. As soon as he was grabbed, he threw the ball away in an attempt to bounce it, but he was in possession. A kick by Anderson, who's been a pretty solid defender for Prahran. Kicks the ball upfield, it rebounds back again. Coming through is Chapman, number 10 on the picture there. Paul Goss comes in, he can't get it. Here's Jim Christo, who's been a very good player. Gets it across towards the Bedford. Austin it is, who gets up to take the mark away. Austin's been a very good player for the last 2 quarters. He gets the ball downfield to Stephen Ray. Ray is being pursued here by Allen, but gets his kick to the half-forward line. Stibbard's there, Preen is there as well. Preen handballs it out of the pack in the direction of Kekovic, knocked away by George Allen to Stibbard. Stibbard went to hand pass, decided to kick it down towards the centre wing, putting Port into attack. Again, there's Haynen, knocks the ball over his head to Bedford. Bedford goes one way, back onto his right foot, and then decides to handball it to Haynen. Haynen knocks the ball forward to Rasmussen. He's on a very acute angle into the full forward zone. Up is Kevin Goss, but it's offline and it's out of bounds. Touched and out of bounds. The scoreboard 15-14, 104, Port Melbourne to Prahran 13-8, 86. 3 clear goals the difference. Up is Haynen, knocks the ball down. Kevin Goss pulled around the neck, may get the free kick, or is it holding the ball? A ball up. Thanks, Craig Kelly. Craig umpiring the game from up here.
Doing as good a job as a fellow out there, Don?
Yes, I think he is. Wouldn't be very hard. All right, there's
Craig
the
doesn't know anything about
ball
it.
back in play again. Down the field, taken by Jeffrey. Jeffrey plays the ball in front of him, gets met pretty hard. It's down towards the centre wing. Over here it's Kekovic. Kekovic playing a pretty good game today. Handballs it away, but it's out of bounds near the centre wing. 3 goals the difference, and Port Melbourne lead as we get very close to three-quarter time. Port Melbourne are kicking with the advantage of the wind in this quarter, but the wind is such here that it doesn't seem to have made really that much difference to the scoring in any of the quarters we've had so far. There's Johnson kicking the ball forward, down towards the half-forward line. Up is Prahran again. The ball knocked away. Opportunity for Dermott, number 25, if he can get possession. Dermott over the ball. So is Dwyer, number 8. Dwyer hurts his hand, and the ball is knocked away. But his fingers stood on, I think. And it's out of bounds again. On the half-forward flank. Up is Ian Owen, knocking the ball down. Picking it up as Dwyer, knocking the ball forward. Looking for Johnson. It's knocked away by Ivanov, picked up by John Christo. He gets it to Paul Goss. Paul Goss on the half-back line for Port Melbourne, playing it down to the half-forward line. An opportunity for Peter Bedford. He allows Rasmussen to come through. Rasmussen knocks the ball forward. Kicked away by Jeffrey defensively into the centre, and the mark taken down here by Pepe. But because Jeffrey was put down after he kicked the ball, the kick will be taken downfield. Jeffrey had it down to Pepe anyway, and now the kick has been taken here, or the mark has been taken by Ray. Ray has played a tentative sort of game today, Ted.
I agree with you, Don.
There's the ball, into a player on his own. Where's the Port Melbourne defenders? Kelvin Clark standing on his own. And a bad mistake by the Port Melbourne defence to allow Kelvin Clark to be on his own. Well, here's Kelvin Clark coming in. The kick swings away at the last minute. It's 1 point to Prahran. They're 13-9, 87. To Port Melbourne, 15-14, 104.
Nico, we're not too happy there with that kick that time from Clark.
The fullback for the Port Melbourne side is Barry Beecroft. He's played a serviceable game today, and he kicks the ball off and takes it himself, as they do in Gaelic football, and then kicks it downfield towards Ivanov, or gets it downfield to Ivanov, picked up by Stibbard, hands it back to Ivanov, down to the centre wing, and Peter Bedford takes the mark. Norm Brown, the coach of the Port Melbourne side, down towards Prophet. Prophet now on the half-forward flank, putting Port deep into attack. A long kick towards Fred Cook. Cook can't grab the mark and hold it, and it's 1 point only. Port Melbourne 15-15. Prahran 13 goals, 9. There's an interchange player. Dwyer coming off. Yeah, this is the player who hurt his hand, had it stood on a minute ago, and the player coming on is D'Angelo. Here's Philip Gibbs.
Right, Don, and there goes the ball out towards the half-back line, but siren time, any tick of the clock as it goes over the line, and there it is. The siren to end the third quarter, and the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard reads that Port Melbourne are 15-15, 105, Prahran 13-9, 87. Comments from Don Hyde.
Well, it seems that Port Melbourne are poised to win this one. They've got a pretty good lead of about 3 goals at the moment, but Prahran have played pretty well throughout the game, and it's still Prahran with an opportunity to win it. But I would say Port Melbourne at three-quarter time poised to win the game.
Ted Henrys?
Well, that was a good Port Melbourne quarter. I thought they kicked 6 goals to Prahran's 3, and I thought I saw the old Port Melbourne machine getting back into action that quarter, Phil. It was good. They were very, when they were getting the ball from one play to another, very true. They all knew exactly what they were doing, and the Prahran players becoming a little bit frustrated. It was a good performance by Port, and they're settled right down now, just as they did last week against Preston. And even though that Port Melbourne will be kicking against the wind in this final quarter, I feel sure that they're going to take this game out.
Well, it was an unusual quarter. It was very, very quiet around the ground. There was a quiet atmosphere with it. There was good, solid play, but very little exciting play. When the ground did hit, when the ball did hit the ground, Port Melbourne, I felt, always had the advantage. The little players were playing havoc all over the ground. The only good little player of the Prahran side was Austin, number 20, who played particularly well. But Port looked pretty settled coming into the final quarter, although both sides don't look to have the fire that is needed to go on in the grand final. But anyway, we'll know that next week. Ian, the statistics on the game.
Port Melbourne kick getters, and they're mainly all little men. Kevin Goss 14, Christo 16, and Stibbard 16. Prahran kick getters, Anderson 13, Pepe 11, and Johnson 14. Goal kickers for Port Melbourne, 4 to Christo, 3 to Cook, and 3 to Kevin Goss, 2 to Rasmussen and Bedford, and 1 to Paul Goss. Prahran goal kickers, 4 to Kekovic, 2 each to Smith, D'Angelo, Austin and Prahran, and 1 to Johnson.
Righto, and Port Melbourne 15-15, 105, leading Prahran 13-9, 87.
try that with the Renlita Matador automatic door opener. Simply push a button inside your car, and your door opens automatically.
Renlita, you're fantastic.
The Renlita Matador suits virtually any type or make of garage door. Only $325 plus installation. Gate openers, too. Phone Renlita now. The lobster, one of the most mysterious inhabitants of the deep. It was recently discovered that once a year, in large numbers, they suddenly assemble. For scientists, this gathering is a puzzling phenomena. For fishermen, it's a windfall. But for the lobsters, it's a tragedy. Mysteriously commanded by an unknown force, they form long columns and begin an extraordinary procession. Drawn by the riddle of their strange behavior, Captain Jacques Cousteau follows the lobsters' incredible journey across the ocean floor. Exciting underwater action on Johnny Young's Adventure Sunday Special. Tonight at 6:30 on Channel O.
Just about to break up out here. There you see both sides, both being instructed rather vigorously by their respective coaches, with Port Melbourne on top 15-15 and Prahran 13-9. Eddie Mealy will endeavour to have a talk with Norm Brown. There's Mick Irwin in his shot, Norm Brown with his Puma jacket on. The player missing there as Norm opened his mouth, just had his head bitten off by the look of it. He's moving around. He's not happy with them at the moment. And very, very stern. It's not often you see Norm Brown go off like that. Here's Norm Brown now with Eddie Mealy.
Norm, 3 goals up. Do you think you can do it?
I think we can. It's not much of really 3 goals. The wind's pretty strong, but I feel that, you know, they're fighting a lot better now, and I think they'll go on with it.
As you just said to the players, if you wanted us there for it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you know, they've got to run and run and run. And that quarter, they looked a lot better side when they did move the ball, and they ran a lot more. And that's what they've got to do this quarter.
Okay, Norm.
Righto, and there it is from Norm Brown, the coach of Port Melbourne. We'll be back after this break.
Amcal chemistry, ooh, Amcal chemistry helps financially. It could be you or I behind those BYIs, but it's our chemistry.
BYI fashion shades at your Amcal chemist now. You get the value, not just the lens.
Ooh, Amcal chemistry.
Sol Lever, talking about size.
You know, our biggest problem is credibility. People can't believe that we're giving the quality that we're selling to everybody else so much slower. You know, our aim's always been to keep prices down. Well, we start at $50, but the average price is around 80. Now, we find that once a customer's in the store, they buy. It's only getting them into the shops that's difficult, because they can't believe that the value that we give is true.
Buying, believing, at size.
Back here, and we're just about to get underway for the final quarter, the quarter to decide who goes into the grand final to play Preston next week. Signal to the timekeepers. And in this quarter, we'll have Prahran kicking towards the right of the screen. Port Melbourne towards the left. Pepe goes up in the ruck, tried to get the big knockout, but got into the back of I thought he got in the back of Heynen. But Shepherding, and the umpire gives the free kick to Pepe. So Pepe from the centre of the ground, the chance to put the 2 Blues into attack. Burrows will need to defend. Up they go, knocked away from Kim Smith. But there it is to the ground again, grabbed a bit high. And the umpire says, play on. Anyway, it goes to Prophet. Prophet out towards Christo. And Christo now up towards the half-forward line. Up they fly for it. Owen comes in to take the mark. So Owen now goes for his kick in towards that right forward pocket. Fred Cook puts a strong pair of hands on the ball to pull in the mark. Well, you watch Cook with this one. First clean mark for the day. Now look at him bring that one down. Well, Cook so far has kicked 3 goals, and I reckon about his 4th coming up. Now, if he gets this one, it'll make it reasonably safe for Port. As he puts the ball on its way, goal umpire moves across slightly, but it's a goal. And Port Melbourne move on to 16-15. Prahran, 13 goals, 9. Well, now, just waiting on the ball to come back into the centre, and Port applying the pressure here. And again, Ted, we saw it once they started pushing it to the ground.
Well, that's right, but for the smaller men, they're sure in the handling of the ball, Phil, and this is right throughout the Port Melbourne team. And then we saw Fred Cook. I was just going to make the comment before what a good job Foley was doing against him today, but he just got in Foley at that occasion, and Cook come up and kicked his 115th goal for the year.
All right, tap down from the ruck. Pepe trying to get it away. They're starting to fumble now, the Prahran side. Pepe comes in again, grabs it rather cleanly, the 21-year-old there. Sends it up towards that right forward pocket position. Beecroft there, keeping Tim Smith out. And Beecroft has taken the mark for Port Melbourne. Some of the Port supporters getting pretty happy now as we have Beecroft taking the kick towards the half-back line. In they move, and Pepe throwing everything in last-ditch effort. Sam Kekovich moving across there to try and make position, but Pepe considers he's within range, goes for the long kick downfield. And what it'll be, 1 point only, I'd say. And that takes Prahran on to 13 goals, 10? Prahran 13 goals, 10 to Port Melbourne 16-15 on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard. Now we've got Beecroft about to take the kick off from the Fitzroy Street end of the ground. And there it goes on its way. Stibbard edging his way in there. Tried to take the mark, but edged his way into Pepe, and the umpire says that he edged into Pepe's you-know-what when Pepe gets the free kick. So Pepe now will come in from the half-forward line. Puts it high in the air. Big Sam's down there. He gets in front, but it comes away from Kekovich. Down to the ground. There's Clark wrapped in the middle of the pack. Stibbard gets yet another kick in. It comes out to Christo. Christo back fork, gets it out wide towards Kevin Goss. Comes through to Ivanov. Ivanov throws a hand pass to Harland. Harland can't break away with it, but it's all Port now. As we see Kevin Goss shepherding for Harland, and Harland will streak it upfield towards the half-forward line. Anderson coming down to try and pick the ball up. Given a bit of a shove, a bit of attention, but still has the ball in front of him. And then recovers to get the kick in towards that left forward pocket. Up they fly for it. No one able to take the mark. George Allen tried to pull it in. Comes out towards Goss. Kevin Goss. Kevin Goss around the wing on the other side of the ground. Allen coming in from behind. Fails to take the mark, but some of the Prahran players looking a bit slow on at the moment as McGuinness sends it up towards the half-forward line. McGuinness has caught one out there. And here it is, taken away now by Preen, who shoots for goal. And he's put it through for goal to Prahran. They come back. They're 14-10 to 16-15.
What's so special about AVCO when you want to borrow money?
I am, because AVCO is me, Harry Cruz.
What's so special about AVCO?
I am, because AVCO is me, Richard Stewart.
Why so special about AVCO?
I am, because AVCO is me, Marie Cheddar.
If you need money for almost anything at all, see AVCO. Warm, friendly people who really make you feel special. Our people put you in the best company.
AVCO!
Free kick from the centre bounce to Tony Hayden with a player over the line. Here's Don Hyde. There's a big leap there by Kerry Foley in defence for Prahran. And Foley now will relieve the pressure on the Prahran defence as he kicks it back towards the centre of the ground. Up is Tony Hayden, not able to mark it. Pepe, the big ruckman, is caught, throws the ball. Free kick against Pepe to be taken by Stibbard. Stibbard, a very good player. His 18th kick out towards the centre wing, and Haynen's there to take the mark. Haynen gets upended by Austin in front of the AIU Insurance wing as we wait for Haynen to take his kick. Haynen now plays it down towards the half-forward line, and Peter Bedford is there. Good pass, good lead, a good mark, a good piece of football, and Bedford on the half-forward flank. The
short pass across field, not a well-directed kick so far as not hitting the ground is concerned, but he picks it up well, John Christo. Kicks it down to the full forward zone. Cook is up again. The ball cleared away defensively by Anderson again. Down towards Bedford on the flank position. Bedford tries to keep the ball in play, and he does. But then his hand pass is intercepted by D'Angelo. He gets the ball in towards the centre of the ground. Prophet back his judgment, and this allows the ball to run to Sam Kekovich. Kekovich kicks it into the full forward zone. Kim Smith is there, knocked away by Beecroft. They're having a good battle, these two. Beecroft gets a short kick of the ball under pressure, and the ball goes close to the boundary line. Kept in play by Kim Smith. A short pass across field, but there's a free kick. Behind the play, a free kick to Prahran. There's the coach, the fiery coach Mick Irwin at Prahran, giving instructions from the bench. Well, Prahran obviously interfered with behind the play. He's on a pretty sharp angle, almost on the boundary line. Now here's Dwyer coming back on the ground again. As we wait for Prahran to take his kick. Prahran need a goal here. They're trailing 94 to 111 at the moment. It'll be a good goal if he kicks it. No, right across goal, out of bounds on the full. There's the score on the Dunlop All-Star scoreboard, 111 to 94. That's a 17-point advantage to Port Melbourne. There's George Allen, the player to take the kick, putting the ball back. It's Pepe up in front, knocked away by Heyman, and it's out of bounds once more. Port Melbourne have been without Vic Anderson today, not able to take his place in the selected side. Clark is off the ground, Dwyer on now for Prahran. Austin, but Ivanov knocks the ball down. It goes straight to Ray. Ray has a shot for goal, out of bounds. Hits the coronet side. Part of the big crowd here today. That was Kelvin Clark coming off the ground, and we wait for Barry Beecroft to take his kick. Out towards the half-back line. An opportunity here for Tony Hayden. He's a little bit slow in moving into the ball, and then he doesn't try to keep it in play at all. Allows it to run away and out of bounds. In the final quarter, a 17-point advantage to Port Melbourne. Knocked down by Hayden on this occasion. Taken here by D'Angelo. D'Angelo of Prahran, a high kick. There's Kekovich under the ball. Up is George Allen, knocks the ball away. Prahran, every opportunity here. Austin on the half-forward line. Goes one way. He's clear as he shoots in towards goal. He's missed it. 1 point. And he hangs his head in shame, and so does the coach of Prahran. It's a beautiful piece of play by Austin. Mick Irwin shaking his head. Austin did well to get around his opponent. He had plenty of time, and he kicked only a point. Well, there's the mark taken by Prophet. The margin now 15 points in favour of Port Melbourne. The ball back towards the centre wing. Well, there's Johnson spoiling his teammate Chapman, and it's a series of hand passes here from John Christo to George Allen. Allen a hand pass for Prahran. Downfield, McGuinness comes through, misses the run of the ball. Jeffries knocks it out of the pack, and now we see Allen pick it up again. He gets it to Harlan. Harlan gets it downfield, but the umpire rules that the ball was thrown and not punched. And the free kick will go to Prahran. There's Norm Brown sending out the runner. The free kick will be taken by Stephen Ray on the half-back flank position for Prahran, who trail at the moment by 15 points, but they've got plenty of time to win it. They're kicking with the breeze in the last quarter. We approach the 10-minute mark in the last quarter, knocked away by Prophet from Kekovich. Ivanov is there, so is Peter Bedford, so is Prahran. He couldn't get it. Over the top of the ball is Ivanov, gets it out of the pack to John Christo. John Christo with strong play, gets it down to Kevin Goss. Can't quite pull the mark in, and he can't keep the ball in play. It's out of bounds again. Norm Brown, the coach of Port Melbourne. Come on, he says. The ball back in play again. Knocked down by Pepe, and Pepe doesn't direct it well. It goes out of bounds once more. On the Dunlop All-Star scoreboard, it's Port Melbourne leading 111, a 15-point lead over Prahran 96, and here's Philip Gibbs.
Yes, Don, and we're 10 minutes into the final quarter. Well, still anybody's game. Prahran have had a couple of golden opportunities. As it comes back into play, Pepe gets the knockout, comes down towards Harlan. He couldn't handle the ball cleanly, but got the push in the back, and he gets the free kick. So Harlan immediately tearing away. Will he get it across to his teammate in Goss? No, it comes across to Anderson. And Anderson from defence into attack. It's up towards their forward zone. Up it goes. No one able to take the mark. There's Beecroft coming into it. Beecroft couldn't get away. Oh, what's the umpire say? Holding the ball. Well, it was held to him all right. But anyway, Beecroft gets the free. Some reaction from Norm Brown there today as it comes in towards the centre, and Anderson gets set for it again. He punches it back down, but look, coming in on it, Neville Stibbard. And Stibbard will try and break away. He gets it out towards Bedford. Bedford now can't get to it. It's picked up by Chapman. Chapman now will try and break away. Gets it high in the air towards George Allen at centre half forward. Kekovich knocks it down towards D'Angelo. It comes back towards the big fellow Kekovich. Kekovich snap shoots for goal. What's he done with it? It's a goal! And Prahran a 15-12. The Port Melbourne 16-15.
See this? Hardy's hardy plank. A beautiful smooth material to build a beautiful fence with. It cuts with a score and snap and bends easily. Yet hardy plank is asbestos cement, really tough. It won't rot, warp or split, and is unaffected by termites. Easy as that. And this is just one of the fascinating fences you'll find in this fully detailed brochure. It's free from this handyman stand at better building suppliers. You get the professional touch with Hardy's.
Righto, now here we go with the bounce of the ball, and the ruckmen set themselves. Pepe gets a big knockout from the ruck. It comes down to Dwyer. Dwyer hand pass out to Austin. Austin breaking away for Prahran. He shoots it across towards that full forward zone. Up they go, but not timely marked by George Allen of Port Melbourne. Now Allen's going to play the stand flank, and here's a lead by Prophet out towards the flank position. It'll go close to the boundary line and over. They've been playing 12 and a half minutes into the final quarter. 9 points the difference at the moment. As it's about to be put back into play once again. Back in it comes, and it comes down towards Buster Harlan. Will he be able to break away? Having trouble controlling the ball. Gets grabbed, we're not in possession. The umpire gives him the free kick. Instructions going everywhere here at the moment. Look at Aki there. As we have Buster Harlan now, having the ball returned to him at the 13-minute mark. With on the Dunlop All-Star scoreboard, Port Melbourne 16-15 and Prahran 15-12. There goes the kick on its way towards the half-back line. Up they go for it. And Mark, a beautiful one there in the ruck by Pepe. There's no doubt about it. He's been the star of Prahran here in the final quarter. Oh, Jeffrey taps it on under pressure. And let's see if Chapman can get away. Chapman goes for the long kick. They're peppering the goals again, Prahran. They set themselves down here. Comes off the hands of Pack. The umpire says there's a push in the back. And the free kick will go Port's way. Nick Irwin getting absolutely frustrated there as the Prahran coach. And Port under a lot of pressure here at the moment. There you have it on the Dunlop All-Stars. Good agency down there at Moorabbin. Well, there's Port player stripping. That's Jamison by the look of it. Here comes out towards the half-back line, and again we see the big fella Pepe desperate to try and get the ball, but it's forced over the line and out of bounds. Listen to the crowd starting to liven up now. Jamison is on for Port Melbourne, and it's tapped down towards George Allen. Allen high in the air, and diving into it here is Rasmussen. He couldn't get it, but it's gone over the line and out of bounds once again. Players being slowed down a bit at the 14-minute mark in the VFA preliminary final, exclusively on Channel O. Ruckman, Hainan and Pepe coming in. Neither one gets the advantage, and there's Kevin Goss getting it. He gets it out here towards John Christo. Couldn't get away. Chapman grabs the ball. The umpire says he's pushed in the back, and he'll get the free kick. So Chapman now from the wing. Here's Don Hyde.
There's the kick by Chapman to Kekovich. Great mark. Kekovich has been the focal point in attack for Prahran all day. He's kicked 5 goals. A big kick by him down to Tim Smith. The full forward. Upper Smith. Held. Clarence is the umpire. Taken by Johnson to Calvin Clark. Clark's kick is taken here by Stibbard. Gives it across to Dermott. Dermot under pressure, kicks the ball out of bounds. What a game, what a finish, halfway through the last quarter. Only 9 points the difference, Port Melbourne in front, but Prahran have the ball in attack. Queen knocks the ball down, goes to George Allen. Allen gets the ball upfield, it goes straight to the opposition player in Austin. Austin slams it in, left foot style, out of bounds, on the full. And there's the disappointed coach of the Prahran side, Mick Irwin, who says, why did he kick it there? Right, the ball back in play again. And now it's Port Melbourne coming down the ground through John Christo. His hand pass is smothered. It's picked up by Preen. Preen kicks it into the full forward zone, but a bad kick by Preen, and it's out of bounds, and Prahran frittering away opportunities. There's their coach. 9 points the difference. Port Melbourne lead. Prahran with the ball in attack consistently in this last quarter. The ball back in play. There's a free kick, an infringement. It'll go Port Melbourne's way. It'll be taken by Ivanov. Ivanov from the halfback flank. A short pass downfield, and he finds his teammate over here in Jamison, the player who came on just a minute ago in the interchange system. And Jamison now kicks the ball down to the centre wing. A big pack of players up. And behind the pack, the player who stood down was Anderson, one of the best players in the game, and he's taken yet another mark. Anderson now putting the ball back towards the half-forward line. Up goes Johnson, not able to mark it. Over the top of the ball, a lot of players, and the umpire's whistle is gone. The umpire is Bill Hedger, and there's the Dunlop All-Star scoreboard, 111 to 102, a 9-point lead to the Port Melbourne side. The ball back in play again, Stibbard, one of the best players in the game, gets a hand pass back over his head, and I think he might have meant that to go out of bounds. There was no one there to take it. Out of bounds on the Prahran half-forward flank. In the ruck, number 26, Pepe, 23, Haynen, knocked down by Pepe. Pepe gets a hand pass. It comes across here to Austin. He gets it down towards the full forward zone. Tim Smith. Preen runs into an open goal. Preen has kicked the goal, and the umpire lets it stand. And now Port Melbourne lead by 3 points. 3 points the difference.
What's so special about AVCO when you want to borrow money?
I am, because AVCO is me, John Mitchell. AVCO might be a big company, but it's people. People to whom warm first-name service is second nature.
What's so special about AVCO?
I am, because AVCO is me, Loretta Santini. I like to be treated in a warm, friendly way, so that's how I am when I meet people.
AVCO. Our people put you in the best company.
18 minutes gone in the last quarter, and it's the Prahran attacking consistently. They're only 3 points down. 16-12 to Port Melbourne, 16-15. And back in the centre, it'll be balled up once again. Anybody's match in the preliminary final. Knocked down by Pepe. Kevin Goss gets grabbed when not in possession, and it's holding the man. A free kick to Kevin Goss. Goss plays the ball out towards Paul Goss, his brother, Buster Harland. Harland now a low skimming kick to the full forward zone. Anderson drops a mark. That's not like him. Ian Owen is there. Now he's shepherded away by Anderson to allow Chapman to kick the ball away down to the centre wing, and Harland can't reach the ball before it's out of bounds near the compactor side. There's big Stretch Anderson, the player who wasn't able to take his place in the Port Melbourne side today, in the crowd, watching on and frustrated. Particularly when he sees Pepe doing so well on the ruck. There's Kevin Goss knocking the ball away. It's picked up by Peter Bedford. Bedford, how far is he going to run? Bedford gets his kick eventually, wide to the flank. Over there, taken by Buster Harland. Now it's taken by Hayden. Hayden caught, gets rid of the ball quickly. Jamison holding the ball, or throwing the ball is the decision. And the free kick will go to Chapman. Right gone, only 3 points the difference. Port Melbourne 16-15, Prahran 16-12. Here goes the ball to the outer side of the ground. Up goes Proffit. He fails to take the mark. It comes back in the direction of Bedford. Bedford ducks his head, and the umpire says he was holding the ball. And the free kick will be taken by Kekovic, who hand passes to Clark. Clark going right downfield and go up towards the goal. Up it comes towards that full forward zone. But this will be a dribble off the ground by Dermot. Dermot gets it out to the boundary line, and over and out it goes. Goal. Not a solo effort, this one. It's a team effort. 3 points the difference. Look at Norm Brown trying to get the team going as it's punched away wide. And that's Preen who kicks it over the shoulder and puts it through for 1 point, which makes the score 2 points the difference. Prahran
move on to 16-13. Port Melbourne are 16-15. Players making leads everywhere at the moment, but the fullback, Beecroft, ignoring them. He's playing it out towards the outer side of the ground. Looking for Hainan. He can always take the big mark when needed, but it's pushed wide. Ivanov racing after the ball. It's getting close to the boundary line. No, he couldn't quite keep it in. It's over and out at the 20-minute mark, about 10 minutes to go in the game.
Right, 2 points the difference. And the big crowd enjoying the exciting tight finish here in the last quarter. Pepe versus Hainan. Up is Pepe, the best ruckman in the game today. Knocks the ball down. Taylor slams it in towards goal. Good shot. The goal! It's a goal for Prahran. And Prahran takes the lead in the last quarter. They've got their tails up now.
Today, your practitioner looks after your health, and IOOF takes care of your health insurance, because IOOF have the answer to your claims.
With a large family, IOOF Quick Claim Service gives you a decided advantage.
If you feel a bit off colour, naturally your doctor looks after you. Trust IOOF to look after the insurance.
IOOF cover offers a great deal. Dental, physiotherapy, just about everything.
Trust your practitioner for your health. Trust IOOF to insure it. Phone IOOF.
Pepe again gets the ball out to Chapman. Chapman up towards Kekovic, and George Allen comes in. But it's in the neck, and the umpire's given a free kick to Kekovic, and Kekovic can hardly stand. Look at the players around him, trying to psych him up. Big Sam. He's kicked 5 so far, and as Ted said, probably the difference between the teams. You'll see this move, Kekovic drops it, and you'll see the infringement. Yes, around the neck, but very touchy. There goes the kick from Kekovic on its way. Offline, and what's the result? 1 point. He holds his head. Then we have Prahran now, 116. Port Melbourne, 111 on the Dunlop All-Stars scoreboard.
The margin 5 points in favour of Prahran. 22 minutes into the last quarter. Barry Beecroft now. And Port Melbourne have got to get the ball down the other end of the ground. They've got to score a goal here quickly to get back into business again, because Prahran had the wind in this last quarter. That hasn't been a deciding factor in other quarters, but Prahran making full use of it now. The ball back in the centre. Stephen Ray in possession, and the free kick will go to Harlan. Buster Harlan plays on. Oh, Ray should have been penalised for running over the mark. Yes, he is. The crowd tense. Plenty of excitement here. Philip Gibbs.
And players desperate, Don, as we have Buster Harlan now to try and penetrate the defence of Prahran. Up goes Anderson, and it's a Prahran mark, all right. They can raffle it down there. And who's the player to come out with it? Anderson. Anderson, the skipper, who's played a great game in defence. With his 18th kick now, plays it back into the centre. Big men wanted it, comes into the hands of Buster Harlan. He hand passes over to Kevin Goss. Goss does a nice blind turn. He gets the kick smothered. Prahran players after it everywhere. Taylor gets it out now. It comes out wide. The umpire says he was tripped and he'll get the free kick. Paul Taylor. So Taylor at Prahran, with Prahran 5 points up at the 23-minute mark.
Right, here's Taylor, who kicked that goal a while ago that put Prahran in front down to the half-forward line. A good mark to Bob Prophet. Prophet now went to take his kick, and the Prahran player running over the mark, and there'll be a 15-metre penalty here. Closer to a 30-metre penalty as Bob Prophet kicks the ball from the centre. A drop kick, forward zone. Port Melbourne into attack, appealing for the mark is Hainan, and Hainan's being paid the mark. The Prahran players disputing it. They said the ball was touched.
No good at disputing it at this stage with 24 minutes of play gone by. Tony Hainan has the chance to cover himself with glory as Paul Goss is getting ready to come back on the ground. Well, he's about to take his kick. Everything depending on this for Port as Hainan puts it on its way, and the goal umpire says it's a goal. Well, 1 point. 1 point only. So Port Melbourne go to 16-16. To Prahran 17-14. I watched the goal umpire then, and he struck, and he must have been looking straight up, though, and he's given it as 1 point only. So out towards the half-back line, and Pepe knocking up, taking mark.
What a great game he's played, too. There's the mark taken by Pepe, and certainly Port Melbourne have missed Vic Anderson today, because Pepe's played a great game on the ruck. He kicks the ball in towards the centre. Paul Goss back on the ground again, and now the ball is taken here by McGuinness. McGuinness putting it to Prahran half-forward line. Up is Dermott. A good mark by Dermott across the half-back line.
Right, Dermott keeping the play moving, gets it here towards George Allen. Allen gets it across towards Goss. He'll get nailed. Pulled very high, and Goss Goss gets the free kick. So Goss now just right in the centre of the ground. Very anxious to keep on with the play. He gets a hand pass out to his brother Kevin Goss. He swings the play straight up towards the centre half-forward zone. Up they go. Prahran players staying behind. And they defend through Jeffrey. Jeffrey around here towards slamming Sam. Up goes Kekovic. Comes off the hand to attack back towards Kekovic. He has nowhere to go and then gets it off to Clark. Clark can run down towards goal. Put the ball on its way. It's offline. And through. Goes through for goal.
Look at Kekovic, who set that move up, putting his hands up high into the air and saluting the bench. And let's watch that on replay. A classic piece of play by Sam Kekovic. Watch this hand pass. Look at that. Setting the play up for Clark. And there's the goal. And now Prahran in a winning position. They lead by 10 points. 122 to 112. We're 26 minutes into the last quarter.
Yes, in the time on, and let's see if Potts can come back. Trying to pull round the neck, and the free kick will be awarded to Stephen Ray of Prahran. He made sure he stayed there too. Well, Jim Williamson, chairman of finance at Prahran, I hope you and all the others who are ill today are enjoying the match and not forgetting the Port boys as well. That's Arthur Wills in the Prince Henry's Hospital. Right, here it goes once again, and the kick on its way up towards the half-forward line. Up fly the big fellows once again. They're crowding right in there. Taken by Dwyer, and Dwyer's put it on its way. And another goal. Well, Prahran supporters are really alive now with Prahran 19-14, Port Melbourne 16-16.
Well, there's the slow-mo replay. Okay,
and on. Prahran have kicked 6 goals, 5 in this quarter. The Port Melbourne's 1-1.
Well, it's 128 to 112, and it's a 16-point lead to Prahran. And, of course, they've won the game. Port couldn't get back.
And some people starting to leave the ground.
Well, a great comeback by Prahran in this last quarter. Port Melbourne fighting valiantly, but I think time is going to beat them. I know time will beat them. Only a couple of minutes to go, and there's a good mark taken by Dunlop at the centre half-back position for the Port Melbourne side. Time on being played, and Prahran leading in the preliminary final by 16 points. Here's Philip Gibbs.
Right on, and there it goes through Crawford down towards the half-forward line. He's charging through, sends it up towards Cook. Cook tries to get around his opponent. He went down. And Cook then goes for the hand pass back here. Rasmussen misses the run of it. Pick up by John Christo, and he's put it over the line and out. Waiting to come on is D'Angelo of Prahran. And here it comes back into play once again, taken by Heyman. He's shoved out of the road there. Comes back here towards Kevin Goss, who got a push in the back right in front of the umpire. A pick up by Clark, who sends it around the boundary line. The bounce beats D'Angelo, and there's Ivanov coming in to knock it down to the ground. Taken away here by Stephen Ray to Johnson. Johnson up towards the half-forward line.
There's Kekovic up. Not being paid the mark, taken by Bob Prophet. Prophet caught with the ball, holding the ball. Bob Prophet a little bit frustrated there and has to surrender the ball to Sam Kekovic. Kekovic has been a magnificent player, and he, along with Pepe, has been the difference, between the two sides. Kekovic, a magnificent player, has kicked 5 goals and has been the focal point in attack all day for the Prahran side. He lines up again.
Right, and Kekovic coming in from about 50 metres out, puts the ball on its way up, won't get the distance. Up go the big fellows, and the big mark taken down here. Look at Irwin, Nick Irwin. He's on the minties there now. We've got a replay of that coming up on the CUB slow-mo.
Here.
And it's Kim Smith taking the big mark there, Don.
Yes, it is Kim Smith. And there's his kick in towards goal. Good shot, good goal, and Prahran wrapped the game up in the preliminary final. And there's a disappointed Port Melbourne coach, Dawn Brown, but Prahran winning the way into the grand final against Preston next week.
Look like seeing the finish now. We will see the finish of the Port Melbourne reign, I'd say, Don. 3 premierships in the last 4 years, including the last 2. And here we find them now going down to the hands of Prahran, who have kicked 7 goals in this last quarter.
I wouldn't say the finish of the Port Melbourne reign. They've got some good young fellows there, and they've got next season coming up, and they've got some pretty experienced players involved.
We've got to get some reaction if we can. Right, let's go for bloody break now.
Right, we're just waiting on this, and there'll be some pretty excited Prahran players and supporters on this ground as the umpire gives the free. Let's take this quick break. All right, we're back here, and we have the ball coming from the half-back line. There goes the siren. And look at the crowd racing out onto the ground here. Police moving out to protect the umpire. And there'll be some very excited supporters coming off the ground. Nick Irwin excited. Players limping off the ground. And Prahran now move into the grand final for next week with Preston. Passes to Little.